Morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Ace. Oh my God, I knew it. I knew it. Anyway, I'm sorry. I was trying to wait for the auto ads, and as you see, it's been 5 minutes, and as soon as I say screw it, I'm just gonna start. They start like as soon as I hit the stream button. But anyway, thank you for watching this, being here. I'm going to be doing art today. We're going to try to finish or get closer to the end. We're almost done here. Okay. This is the shirt that I've done so far. It was done with garment tool. Going forward, we're going to be doing these manually, and I think after I finish baking this, we are going to we got one more piece of clothing, and it's the LBE, is the load bearing equipment. That was done manually, so it shouldn't be too many problems with that, but we'll find out. Okay, this is for a 3D model. This is a model that I'm using for reference for my art. I'm making a web comic, and I'm building all my references for the web comic so I can do the panels quicker and more accurately. This is the third sculpt I'm doing. I need like 6 or 7 before I can start doing pages. Hopefully that'll be this year. And here we are. Okay, I am done with the shirt. I got through it. I smoothed it out, and I kind of defined some of the pockets. This is where we're at, and the collar and all that. We have to bake. We have to bake the shirt now, and then we can move on. Let's see what we got here. All right. I just need what's this? A texture. I'm gonna hit new. Okay. We're gonna move over here to the image texture node, and we're gonna remove checker. We don't need that. And we're going to bake it onto this normal map sheet here. We're making normals for this. Let's see here. What I need is okay, we already have an image texture here, so I'm gonna go ahead and unhook that. And what I need is a normal map node. Just gonna hit Shift A. Okay, there we go. We got a normal map right there. So connect this and this to this. Okay, that's good, I believe. Nope, we're not gonna make a new image. It's already the same image that we're going to bake everything on the same thing, so we should be good there. Yes, already did that. Color, normal map, color. Wait, there was one thing. What I want to do is no, I guess that's it. Nope, we don't need subsurface scattering. It's a clothing. Multi-res, oh yeah, that's for baking, of course. Normal map, normal, yes. Okay, it's all done. We don't really have to do much because I've already done this step for the body and for the pants. Okay, so I'm just making sure that all my ducks in a row before I hit bake. I hope you had a great weekend so far, and I hope you're having a great. Or sorry, I hope you have a great. I hope you had a great weekend, and I hope you're having a great day so far. I'm sorry, I'm a little. I guess I'm still a little tired. I was up early this morning, and yeah, everything's fine. Everything's cool. Oh wait, what did I just do? No. Why is it on the side now? Oh my. Why? I don't even know how to fix this. Hold on, wait. What did I do? What did I do? Come on now. No, I don't think this is gonna help me. Like that. Okay, we got it. We got it back. Okay. All right. All right. Everything's cool. Everything's cool. We're good. Okay, so we got that back. Let's see. Image texture, normal map. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was supposed to stream yesterday, but I didn't even draw yesterday. I didn't have it in me. I just didn't feel like doing it, so I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I actually had the stream on and everything, and but I was too tired. When as soon as I woke up, I uh I was like, I am not feeling this today. So here we are. But it's okay though. We're doing it today. I just want to make sure I got everything right before I go on here. What I'm looking for is there's supposed to be a I might be looking at the wrong thing. Oh, I know what it is. We did miss a step. That's what I'm looking for, and it's not. It's already set up. I just had to select that. Okay. I was looking for the color space thing, and I just forgot to select that. So now we're good. Okay. That would have been very, very awkward trying to bake without selecting that. Bake type combined. I'm making sure that everything is good. We almost forgot something. Oh, you know what? Here it is. Yeah, we're on the subdivide, right? All right, we got to take this all the way down to 0. This is the lowest subdivision here. I'm going to bake all the details onto this. It's the goal for today. Not just for, not just this, but I mean, once we do this, it's done. Now I want to make sure this gets baked onto that, all right? We don't want to make a new image. So as soon as I review what we need to do here, okay, bake from textures, influence, output. Okay, we don't want to clear the image, of course. We don't want to bake from multi-res. Otherwise, we would just bake this. At least that's my understanding of it. I've never done it. I don't know. Let's see, select to active. Okay. All right, let me just go ahead and save this. So that way, if we make a mistake, we can just go right back to this moment here and fix it. Okay. Okay. I'm going to hit bake now. I'm hitting. Wait, no valid selected objects. What is going on? Is it because I'm in scope mode? That's the question. Huh? Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I did everything right because apparently I did not. What am I missing here? We're on the shirt, right? There's always something. I'm pretty sure all I had to do was just click this. But it says no valid selected objects right down there, see? And that's not good because the shirt's right there. Oh, maybe that's the reason. No, it's not the reason either. What the? All right, hold on. Normal map. Oh, cycles. Uncheck bake from multi-res. Yes, I already did that. That's already done. No, color, normal, yes. Yeah, then bake. What the heck? Okay, I guess I just didn't have it selected. That's kind of weird, but all right. I don't remember that being the thing last time, but whatever. It's a lot. It's a lot to keep track of. Okay, my bad. All right, so we gotta wait for this to bake. Once we're done with that, then we can go on ahead and continue. I don't have any test textures, so I'm just gonna have to wait until I put the textures on and see what the result. If I'm gonna keep going, I'm not gonna go back. Okay, so this is it. This is it. It. Oh, oh my goodness. Shouldn't take that long. It's not a lot of it's not a lot. Okay. I was looking at game assets yesterday. Apparently, this for an asset, these numbers are kind of high, which that's good to know. So if I ever make a game asset or a game world, you got to keep them super low, all right, with high res textures, obviously, just like we're doing now. I think for the main character, it's fine to have like super high stuff, but not an asset, not a couch. Okay, a couch can't be 20, 30,000 faces apparently. I'm sure that we'll learn everything that we need to know. I'm gonna try to make a game one day. I just gotta get the next step is just animating these rigs after making them look better. Okay, you're not gonna see this. Okay, this is just for drawing. But you know, when I do make a video game character, I want it to be as good as it can be. Okay, because that's what you're gonna be looking at. It's 13%, so we got a little bit of time. Yeah, I'm doing all right. You know, I wanted to do some editing yesterday, but I actually did not do as far as my art was concerned, I didn't do anything. I just did my workout and that was it. Didn't really do much. Um and work stuff of course, but that's it. I just didn't feel like drawing yesterday. So I didn't do it. That's it's a rarity, okay? That's a very rare thing. I just woke up, I was like, you know what, I don't feel like doing this today, so I just didn't do it. But I try to do something. I try to do some kind of progress. If I don't feel like if there's like, you know, once in a blue moon days that I don't feel like drawing, then I'll at least try to edit my web comic. Okay. I didn't even do that. Just some reading. That's it. Are we done? Okay, I guess we're done. And there is the shirt. The shirt is right here. I'm not sure why there's what is what? Oh, that's the armholes, I guess. Yeah, because we already put the seams in it. It'll be the sleeves and the back and the front. Okay, sure. As long as it's in the same spot that I left it in the island, it should be fine. I just want to see something real quick. You can see I can see the details are there, but we're not going to be able to get a good look at them because there's no texture, as you can see. But you can see the pockets are there, so I'm going to go ahead and just try to trust my own process on this one. Okay, the only thing that has a texture is the that comes in the teeth. And these are the first ones that I did. So you can, if I zoom in here, you can see there's some. I think that's shadow, but because I'm pretty sure I colored everything in, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like that I missed some things, to be honest, and I may have gotten some of the gum color on the teeth, but that's okay because you can't really see that because when they're inside the mouth, when it's being rendered, then you know the shadows take over and you know it's for yeah. See, they look a little bit better in this mode. I think that's just the shadows besides the little mistakes here and there, but he's got bleeding gums. But these are the teeth I use on all my models. This is the very first one and only teeth and tongue that I sculpted, and I just copy and paste them. It's fine. You're not gonna notice those little things there. When they're inside the mouth, the shadows will cover a lot of that, and of course, it's for drawing, so they don't have to be perfect. So I didn't make them perfect. All right, so the shirt I think should be done. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hide that, and I'm gonna save the image. because now that's baked. So the last thing that's left is the because the boots are done already. I copy and paste those too. They'll be the last time I copy and paste them. The next person does have boots, but he has a different kind of boot, and I'm going to just use those. I'm going to redo the boots, and I'm gonna make them the way they should be because I retopologized them wrong. They're from my first sculpt, so um I wasn't as far along then as I am now. So what I'm gonna do is when I remake the boots, I'm gonna take those boots and copy paste them back on or retroactively add them to the previous sculpts, and that'll be their boots, okay, as well. Since they have simple black boots, I can just because these are more like jungle boots that I'm gonna make, and basically you just picture the black leather boots, combat boots, but they have the little green um mesh on the side. That's basically what I'm going to make. Uh, and then I'll just take those boots and since they'll be better, and then just put them on, give them the better boots, and then when the time comes to reference them, I'll just make them all black instead because that's what they have. Um, or I could just do nothing. It doesn't really matter. I think that is this is the high poly. This is the low poly of the LB equipment. This is the last thing we have to do, and then it's on to textures. Okay. Okay. So here we go. First thing we have to do is add multi-res is already on this, huh? Did I do something? No, they're okay. They already have a multi-res on. Oh no, this is the shirt. Hang on. Let me go back to the shirt. That's how it's supposed to look together, right? Do I apply the multi-res or do I just exit out? No, it just says remove. Remove the multi-res. Um, I have it saved, right? Hang on. Let me get rid of this because I want to see. Going to save it because it's baked on, so I don't really need it. All right. I just want to check something. Yeah, I can see the pockets are still there, so I can even see the seam that I put, so I'm pretty sure that I'm good. And if I'm not good, it's fine. I'm just gonna have to I'm already going to correct this on the next sculpt that I do. I'm just gonna put test textures on so I can see better. I didn't do it because I was trying to automatically update my workflow and streamline it quicker. But it's going to be quicker because the next sculpt I'm not going to stream everything. I'm just going to stream whatever part land on for Monday and Tuesday if I'm able to stream on those days. It's already Retapo Noctars. Welcome in, by the way. Good morning. I already did that. Yeah, I'm already past that. What I'm doing is I am baking the uh the high poly onto the low poly. All that stuff's done already. Um let's see. Yeah, here's the high poly shirt here. I don't need this anymore. I can go ahead and delete it. I'm just showing you. And wait, hold on, let me just go back here. That's the high poly, and I just baked those details onto this low poly here. The green. The green is the low poly. And that's what it looks like until it's rendered. Once it's rendered, it has all the details. I just don't have any textures, so you can't really see it. But like I said, I'm going to make sure that there is a texture there so I can make sure that it's good. Um, it only looks like this in the the normal mode, but when I render it, it'll look better. Let's see. Okay, just do that. Okay, and we're back here. All right. Hit sculpt, and we're going to add a modifier. or 2 or 3. All right, so what we need is we need shrink wrap. That's on deform. And we need amount of multi-resolution. Generate multi-res. Oop, almost hit remesh. We don't want to do that. If I remember correctly, I think this has to be on the top. I'm going to subdivide this. I don't know why the levels viewport is not going up with them, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. Sometimes it's supposed to happen that way, but it doesn't. I got into the school I applied for, so now I can start doing game dev stuff for real. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna do it. I'm self learning myself here, as you can see. It's not easy doing it without instruction. I use tutorials. And I take notes, so I try to treat it like I'm like a class, but it's yeah. I can't wait to do that for as well. I just need to learn how to animate these characters, and then because I already have some learning material for game dev. So but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's just gonna take me a little while to get there. It's gonna take me a little while, just a little while. Oh yeah, hold on. Turning on my air. Give me a second. My air is on. Where was I? Right, shrink wrap. The target would be what is this? The LB. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do that. Okay, that's interesting. I don't see. Oh, it was there. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Okay, let's see. Generate, deform, shrink wrap. Okay, so I want to make sure it was there. Okay, yeah. Now it has the details of the previous mesh. I want to compare. Yeah, that's it should be a little better than that. Okay, it should be like this more. But I think that's because I didn't add the subdivision. I'm just trying to make sure I don't skip anything because sometimes I miss things. What's that? Generate multi-res. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're not seeing that in the viewport because it's at 0 right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that to 5, and it still does not look right. What is this? Is it the order? It doesn't have all of the details. This concerns me a little bit. I know what you mean. Starting out was really hard without any kind of goal or instruction where to begin. Yeah, I only just had the idea. Like when I don't know what to do, then I just go off of okay. Like for this example, I wanted to make references for my webcomic, and I was like, okay, where do I begin? Okay, let me just start by order of appearance. I already have it written. I just need to make character 1, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't know how to sculpt the humans, so let me just figure out how to do that, and then I just fit my character idea around what I was learning. That's what I mean. I guess you're supposed to start with a donut, but I just jumped straight into it, and it takes a lot longer, but I mean, it took me about 3 years to get to this point. So this is where I'm at. Just trying to memorize all the steps so that way I can do this faster. That's all. Well, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to sculpt things correctly, but just some refinement here and there. But if more or less I could make my characters in Blender now. Just got to figure it out. Got to figure out what the heck is going on here. And these are my first teeth from when I first started. Like this is my second sculpt teeth actually. No, sorry, third. My second sculpt couldn't open the mouth. It was just the mouth sculpted on a sphere. but it looked pretty good. You could just see the seams where the head connected at the neck, so it was more like a mannequin. But my third sculpt is this, and I'm still using those teeth to this day. Like I was like, there's no reason to redo that. I'm just gonna keep these teeth. Everyone's gonna have the same teeth syndrome. Okay, now I just want to understand why I'm not seeing the details here. Okay, now this isn't perfect as you can see because I want to. The next time I do something like this, these things like this are going to be done separately. The buckles are going to be done separate. The edges are going to be a little bit smoother. This was made from a garment tool thing, which seems to affect the quality. I'm working on another sculpt already for animation practice, and I've done the clothes manually. They're way better. They're just way better than this. But I have to without redoing this. I'm just trying to make it look presentable as best I can. I don't know what happened here, but I'm gonna fix that. I'm just trying to figure out why this isn't showing the way I want it to show. Um, yeah, multi-resolution first, and then the shrink wrap. Okay. I don't think I did that. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't know. I'm gonna do it again because I don't know. I'm being picky at this point. I don't want that. I want this. Okay, here we go. Multi-resolution. I'm just gonna have to go with it and just try to get the details back in there. One, two, three, four, and five. Yeah, this is I'm doing the normal map bake. Yeah, and then right after this, I'm going to do the actual 8K textures. All right, so it's at 4 million right now, and okay, add deform, shrink wrap. All right, object VE. It doesn't look any different. But the color space of the normal map to non-color, yeah, that's already done because since I'm baking on the same normal map, since I did it for the body, as soon as I use this normal map image, everything is set the same. So I don't have to worry about that. It's not all going to be separate. I'm doing it all on the same map at once. Some people, I know that there's a method of doing it separately and then arranging them in Photoshop, but I could just do it all in the same map. So I'm doing it that way. Now I see this detail was kept, but nothing else. Okay, you're kind of there. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It looks like I'm going to have to do a little bit more work than previously thought. And I think I'm just going to blame garment tool. I'm not going to use that anymore. All right, so now I got to do the secondary, tertiary, and micro details, which um at this point, since I have to do so much, I'm probably just going to just try to refine this as best as possible and then just move on because I'm basically just redoing it. It's supposed to have edges. There's no edges. There's no edges there. I can see that the buckles are there, but maybe if I what if I can't keep subdividing it until it's well, I don't know if I should do that, but let's see what happens. Maybe the details are there and there's just not enough of them. Not enough you know, not enough subdivision. Yeah, there's supposed to be stuff here. So are you just learning, or are you going to try to attempt your first game? It's like, is this practice game going to be the whatever you're learning on? Is that going to be your final product? Because that's exactly what I'm going to do. The first game I'm going to make, I'm just going to try to make a game instead of a practice game. I have two ideas. I want to do a beat 'em up and like an adventure game, and like two different kinds of adventure game. Your classic text adventure game, and then like something more like along the lines of Zelda, maybe an RPG. But I want to do it in except for the beat 'em up, I want to do in the text adventure game. I want to try a 3D game. The other two will be in 2D if I ever get to them. Class is 3 years and the goal is one game every year. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I know there's a lot of people out, when they're trying to make a game, it seems like it takes, on average, nearly a decade to actually make a game. That's a long time, but stick with it. Eventually, you'll have a game, right? At least based on the people that I've seen on Twitch make a game. They said they've been doing it for around 10 years, so I don't know. It'll probably take me a little bit longer. But as long as we have some real progress, I'm not gonna care. Put that up to 7. I need to see if that's the issue here. 7. Oh, it doesn't look any different. How about we subdivide it to, wait, where are we at? Oh, 63 million. Oops, probably not shouldn't go this high. I don't really see much of a difference. Yeah, you see our Blender is not feeling this. My computer can handle this. Blender doesn't handle these numbers too well. I started on ZBrush, and getting up to this high actually causes no lag on ZBrush. I love using it. It's just I gotta pay a subscription, so I switched to Blender. It's completely free, unless you buy an add-on, that you have to pay for. Highly depends on what game and how big the team is. Most dev streamers are solo or a team of 3 at most. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's true. Yeah, I've only seen solo game devs streams on Twitch. Maybe like one dev and one musician. I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do for music, but if I gotta pay someone to do the music, I will. I should be able to do that at the very least. And voices, of course, if the game is voiced. Which, I mean, why not? A lot of voice actors out there. Easy to find them too. But I'd be willing to do that if I have something like, if I have something real that I can say, yeah, all right, maybe I can try to put this on the market, then I'll do it. But I just want to get to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm looking in a game engine and I'm just adding things to it. Okay. But I don't know. I'm approaching it from the perspective of an artist, so I just got to make. I'm starting with the concept art, I guess. ZBrush sculpting is undefeated since it uses multiple cores and has a good algorithm. How it uses tries. Blender doesn't even use multiple cores. Yeah, yeah. I had it was so easy using ZBrush, and I could get a license of a version of ZBrush that is before the subscription. I think that's ZBrush 2022. But I'm going to have to go through a third party, and they're probably going to charge a lot for it. Okay, the last time I saw it, it was like $800. I wish that when I was learning it, I should have just jumped in and just got ZBrush right then and there. But I wasn't sure how far I was going to get with it, so I was like, nah, let me just wait. Let me try a little bit of Maya. I didn't really like Maya though, and I was already dabbling in Blender. I was only just doing lighting and hair at the time. I was porting everything from ZBrush to Marvelous Designer, not Marvelous Designer, Substance Painter for the textures, and then importing everything from that into Blender and just doing the hair. Of course, my clothes are very, 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 very basic. Like you can still see the polygons in them. I wasn't retopologizing everything. I was just Z remeshing. That was good. The numbers are a little high, but and you do lose some detail, but it was I could visualize my characters in the 3D space. It was enough for me to reference. Now I keep those details throughout the process now, and I apologize, and we're just getting better at that. That's really it. I'm just gonna have to do this. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna X this out again. I can see that are the details still there? Yeah, they're still there. What the heck was the multi-res even happening? Is that even making a difference? Okay, I'm gonna go to 4. 4. No, you know what? 5. Yeah, that's enough. Viewport 5. Okay. And then yeah, I don't know why it's not really putting the details on there. Let me see. Now if I click this off, yeah, I don't see a difference. Something ain't right here. Something isn't right. You can't pull one over on me. I'm not seeing a difference here. Oh, you know what it is? It's this, isn't it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I was in the wrong mode. Okay. All right, so there's the details. There are some problems with this though, and that's because I extruded this from garment tool. This should not be happening. I'm not going to use garment tool anymore. It's the problems that it is giving me. Everything, the generating the garment itself is fine, but after making in a mesh, it just seems to add these extra weird textures and artifacts, and they seem to just compound on themselves. I don't know. It all happened, after they updated their latest update is when this started happening, and of course, when I started adding more detail, I started to notice more things. So, okay, now the only thing that I need to know is, was I yeah, so I was applying it. I'm gonna apply this now. All right, we're on track now. Now I can go to sculpt mode, and now when I switch modes, the details will stay on. That was all I was looking for. I just missed a step. That's all. Got to go in that object mode and do it. So now the details are there. I mean, they're not perfect. When I drew these details in, they were not as good as they should be. Um, but I did that with the intent of fixing them during this step, which I don't do that anymore. My next sculpt, I actually made the details as good as they could be, so that way I won't have to do this, fix them in this step. I can just, um, refine them further. Oops. So yeah, I don't know what happened here. It's not as bad as my shirts, but this right here was added in like this, like the way these edges were shrink wrapped. I don't know why that happens. It has to be Garment Tool's fault. This got completely mangled, this side, so I'm gonna have to fix all of that. I just don't know what happened. But we can fix it. But yeah, generally, don't want to make more work for myself. Do the details right the first time. This is like when I first did this sculpt, I wasn't really putting a lot of effort into the clothing because it's not my strong suit. I'm still learning how to do better clothes. But when I did my off stream sculpt with and I manually did the clothes, I did as best as I could. I learned a lot from that too. It was like kind of like a clothing study. So clothes are a little bit more closer to the actual character now. They actually seem like clothes for that character. Yeah, I put all my effort went into the anatomy and the body, and I just did very very basic clothes. But now we're getting to the point where we got to make the clothes look better now. And yeah, my next clothes are will be way better than this because I'm already practicing that. So, but this is like an this feels a bit outdated to me, even though I work on this like it simultaneously. I just don't want to redo everything, because this took way too long in the first place, and I wanted to do one sculpt where I streamed it start to finish, And I am not doing that anymore. That takes way too long. I should be able to do like normally I can do probably do one of these in like 2 weeks, but if you try to stream out of that and I'm only streaming art like a few days a week, so that's gonna make it take way longer. So once this one is done, we're not doing it like that anymore. You're just gonna see bits of progress going forward here. I think there is a day I'm going to plan where I get up on Saturday instead of playing a video game. I'm going to start. I'm going to wake up at like 6 a.m. and just start an art project and just see how far I can get before the end of the day. I want to do that. I just want to do like an endurance round of some kind, whether it be for 3D or 2D. Doesn't really matter. I guess that'll be the closest thing to a speed paint or speed sculpt, whatever you. I don't even, can people even speed sculpt? Is that a thing? Speed sculpting? I don't know. Maybe I can do a body pretty fast. It's just because that's what I practiced for the last 3 years. But everything else, it's just retopology slows everything down. That's why I was like, I wish ZBrush or Z remesh worked a little better. It's just the eyelid, everything around the eyes kind of gets a little dull, so I would have to redo that. Makes them look a little bit melted. So what I'm gonna do is I don't want to smooth this out too much because it is a bag. You know, bags are a little bit lumpy. Speed sculpting is a thing. There's many videos on it. Mostly they make a whole character in one sitting. Yeah, I want to try to do that, but I need to commit this to memory first before I attempt something like that. Like I don't want to stop like, oh yeah, am I supposed to do here again? No, I need to know exactly what to do before I do something like that. Because if there's anything I forget, I'm gonna lose a lot of time trying to figure that out. Kind of like today, like the first 30 minutes was me trying to figure out what I'm missing for the shrink wrap. And I was like, oh yeah, I got to be in object mode. There's so much stuff. There's so much stuff, but we got it. We got it. Can I control Z that please? Thank you. And we're gonna go back. I need to click this because we're gonna be working on edges and I don't want to fight with it. Sometimes I can do it freehand, but um why why even bother when I can just do this and make it a little bit more straighter that way. I won't get banned from sending links. No, you should not get banned from sending links. Hang on. Let me I am going to let me whisper you so that way you can send the link because I have links turned off. You just won't be able to send the link. Give me 1 second. I'm not sure how to just because there's a way you can just hey, okay, you can send this link for the next 40 seconds or whatever, but I don't know how to do that. I'm terrible at streaming. There's a lot of things I need to work on. Okay. And apparently I cannot whisper through anything except Twitch, so I have to pull that window up. There you go. All right, just send the link and then I'll take a look at it through the whisper. In the meantime, you're going to I'm looking at it here. Okay. Oops. Oh yeah, I got to keep that window up so I can see when the link is being sent. Otherwise, yeah, there we go. Flycat, that sounds familiar. 29 minutes? It's got to be time lapse though, right? 29 minutes is pretty fast though. Oh, you got it rigged and animated and whatnot. All right, I don't want to show too much because I don't know what's copyrighted and what isn't. But yes, I am going to I'm gonna save that so I can look at this person. Maybe there's something I could learn from this. I'm always on the lookout for more knowledge. Always on the lookout for that. So in one sitting, yeah. I know when I first start a sculpt on stream, I actually get pretty far. I can get the head, the torso done. I only stop because of the midsection. I don't know how much I can get away with sculpting that. If I'm sculpting the butt and all that stuff, I don't know if I could just have that on the screen like that. So that's the only reason why I stopped. But I could do the legs. I could do the leg. I could probably do the whole body and just leave the butt off of it and then just do the butt off stream. Um, I don't know. I'm a little unclear on what's allowed and what isn't, so I just don't do it at all. But once the details come in, well, actually, no, it's not even really that. It's just once red topology happens, that's what kind of slows everything down. Because I got to do it square by square. I got to make sure that I red topologize around the the details that I did, and instead of over it, like have the red topology match all the details so I can keep them and make the low poly look almost pretty close to the high poly without even the shrink wrap done. Like I'm at the point now where I can do that, but that takes a long time. It's not it's a lot longer than just putting a grid over a face. But you also lose a lot of details doing that, so I don't do that anymore. It's one of the first things that I've learned when learning how to do retopology is you gotta have the retopology has to follow the details that are there. I don't know why Twitch did that. That was Twitch. That wasn't me. Twitch TOS is a bit weird without. See, yeah, see Twitch TOS right there. Bathtub streams and naked body painting with sometimes 3D artists will get a warning or a tint ban when they make the crotch or butt. Yeah, I don't even. I've seen like the feet close up. I've seen people make breasts, everything, but I don't. I'm just, I'm a little fish. Okay, I don't have any kind of clout or leeway, so I am not going to risk it. It's not that big of a deal. I don't have to show everything. That's the only thing that isn't completely documented on any of my streams is that area. I haven't done those areas. I haven't sculpted a woman on the stream yet because I'm doing this by order of appearance. And the first scene, there's no women. Only in this, the second forward, then there's women. We're getting there. I have a lot of characters. I got like 50 characters to do, but I'm going to complete this in sections. So I only need 6 of them. I'm very much looking forward to seeing an actual page of my art because I put a lot of effort into this comic and I think it's going to turn out pretty well. But the only thing that matters is what the reader thinks. So it's like, hey, it's out there. I'm satisfied with it. Now, what do you think about it? I want to get to that point where people are looking at it. If somebody looks at it, that's fine. One person reads it, I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I only need one person. But yeah, it's pretty entertaining. Well, at least I had fun writing it. At least just making sure that there's no mistakes, no plot holes, no spelling errors, grammar, whatever, things like that. So yeah, things like this. This is just supposed to be a strap that's sewn on, but instead of redoing it, I'm just gonna try to make this look as best as possible. But I can do things like this better now than I could when I first started this. You see that things are uneven. Uh, but it is a bag, so it kind of works a little bit. Like, it's like it's supposed to have a like I've purposefully put this flap here like that. But this isn't my best work. I can draw a lot better than I can sculpt, so I can look at this and see, oh yeah, I know what this is supposed to be, and I'll just be able to draw it. I really should start writing stories soon. It's a good thing for everyone to make a game solo. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty fun too. You know, that's the only for my game idea that I have in mind. That's really the only thing that I have to do is just actually just write the story and the dialogue. But I have a pretty decent idea of how things are going to go. Like I've been thinking about it a lot lately since I don't know how long it's going to take for me to learn how to animate this rig, and I got to still make the rig work, especially just for the eyes and the facial expressions, because that's very important for my webcomic. I don't want, even though I mean, like I know there's a lot of artists out there that they have like they don't have show emotion in their characters, and there's the same face syndrome. I don't want that in my art. Okay, I don't mind. I mean, I see when other people will do it, and I can look past it. But that's one thing that I do not want to have in my art. I want my characters to be very expressive and to not look the same as a different character. So that's like my biggest emphasis on my art here, uh, that I'm trying to get down. Now this is out and this is in, so I'm just trying to pull this out so it matches. That's really it. Then I can like focus on the edge. And there's a what happened? Where's my where's my brushes? What happened just now? What? Oh, okay, there we go. This was changed in the course of this sculpt. ZBrush up, I mean, or not ZBrush, Blender updated. But yeah, it took me 3 years to write the story, and then um, in those 3 years, I wasn't drawing, so I was a little rusty. So I had to relearn or resharpen my skills in drawing because taking years off actually does. There's a noticeable difference. I wouldn't recommend it, but I wanted to focus on writing the story because I didn't really seriously write anything up until this point. I've drawn comics in the past, younger, on paper, just for fun, but I didn't plan anything out. It was just really just on the fly type stuff. With this, I planned everything out. I knew for the most part where the story was going to go because it was meant to be a prequel to like my own little expanded universe. So I kind of knew, from being a teenager, I made up a story, and a whole universe with a bunch of characters in it. I was like, you know what? Where did this all start? I wanted the comic book to be the starting point of that. Uh, yeah, just basically connecting point A to point B was the easiest part, but making it make sense, that's where all the effort is. Expressions is a big factor for me. I love to see feelings through body language and facial expressions. Yeah, me too. I like that. I like when people when people portray that pretty well in art. I think that's very um pleasing to the eye, I guess. I know it's a whole thing, like with just emotionless, stoic characters, but and like I said, I can look past it, especially like if the art is good. I'm like, okay, yeah, but that's not something that I want to do in my art. So I'm going to make the attempt to do this. I just need the rig to work properly, so I can reference it, and I still have actual photos to use on top of that too. My goal, my idea is to get like an accurate expression reference, and then have the character have the 3D model actually show that on the 3D model, and then draw it. That's it basically. And like just have their specific features actually make sense. Like I don't want everyone to look the same when they're angry. So I wanted to this is how this person looks when they're angry. It's gonna take more effort, but it's something that I'm putting my foot down. I want this in my work. I don't care how long it takes. Um, yeah, well, pretty good. It's hard to make a stoic character good though. It'll be every boy's role model or an arrogant douchebag. Yeah, I know. I've seen enough of those. Okay, I was just only using that as an example. Um, but on the other hand, yeah, I think I do have some characters that could be considered that. So I want to try to put a unique spin on things. Okay, it's not completely. I'm not gonna say that oh, this is original. This no one's ever done this before because that's probably not true. That's most likely not true. But I definitely want to try to make the effort to try to make it, something that is its own thing. Uh, whether or not I succeed, I mean, we'll see. It's just some things you can't avoid. You're not gonna make everything completely like 100% original. But this, see, that's the problem. This is not really, yeah. This needs to be stretched over a little bit more. This end is a little too far, a little too short. I'm using where the straps are supposed to be as an example of where this little, it's just a sewn on strap. I'm not really sure what it's for. I guess you could put your hand in between it. So maybe you're supposed to hang something off of it. I'm not really, like I said, I don't know. Uh, but there's a strap that goes across this bag and it's sewn on through the square. New Pokemon presents at 9. Oh, okay. I'm gonna be a little late to that one, but I'm definitely take a look at it. Welcome in, by the way, 99. How you doing? How's your morning going so far? Starting the day off with some art. I did not feel like drawing yesterday, so I didn't. I wasn't. I was not up for it. I woke up on the wrong side of bed and I just didn't feel like doing anything. Overslept. Oh no. There should be a square right here. Yeah, I'm glad I went to bed when I did. I wanted to go to bed earlier than I did, but I guess it was enough. I don't think it's ever enough to be honest. I know that like if I don't get enough sleep, even if I wake up early enough, I know that it's like there's like a queue that's building up. Okay. And there's a point where if there's a day when I don't have to do anything in the morning, I'm going to sleep in probably. Like I'm going to hit my alarm knowing that I don't have to get up and the next thing I know it's going to be like a couple hours later. So it's going to come back. It's going to come back on me. But for right now, I feel all right. Okay. Oh no. Yeah, these details like this are going to be done a lot better on the next one. The only way you're going to do it, the only way you're going to know is to do it. You got to do it. I know it looks a little sloppy, but I'm trying to get better at things like this. It's supposed to be a square, like a stitch. It's like a squared stitch, and it's like an X goes right there. Okay, it's all thread. It's like a thread stitch in that way. And that's basically, yeah, I'm not really sure what that strap's for, but that's basically what's there. Let's see, flatten. Yeah, we're flattening. Waking up early every day just to ruin the sleep schedule with one day of sleeping in. Yeah, well, no, it's not. It's not. That's not what ruins it. The sleep schedule for me. What ruins it is staying up late. That's what ruins it for me. Um, Sometimes when I sleep in, if I wake up, I'm just laying there, like just basically resting, but not sleeping. But sometimes, yeah, I hit the alarm and I'll wake up again. Like waking up late for me is like waking up at like 7:30 a.m. So it's still technically early. I wake up super early, by the way. I wake up at like 5. If I sleep for one day, I won't be able to sleep the next night. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't really have that like when I if I sleep in like sometimes I sleep I go to sleep and I wake up and it's like 10 a.m. I'm like okay yeah, but I'll go to bed normally. It won't keep me up later than usual. It's just if I stay up longer than I should, then that's what gives me the problems. For me, it's the snooze button that gets me. Oh yeah, if I hit snooze, it's for 15 minutes. It's like every 15 minutes it'll go off again. So that alone will keep me up if I snooze it. But I know I typically don't. It's either I'm up or I'm not. I'm not up. I was like, I know I can't hit this snooze button because I'm going to be late. Then I'm just gonna get right up. Not gonna like it, but I gotta do it. Okay, I'm gonna try to smooth out this because it should not be that way. That okay. Are they announcing a new game 99? Do you know? Well, I'm assuming they are. It's kind of the point, right? If they announce another Let's Go, I hope it's not for a Switch 2 exclusive. I will be tempted. I probably won't though. I don't know. I can't justify the price, even though there's some games I want to play. But I got a Switch already. I don't really want to buy another one. Just play the one that I have. Funny enough, I had a dream about um, it was a dream about the dream version of Mario Brothers 3. Like it looks like something that was created in like it looks like Mario 3, but it's everything is different. Literally everything. It's new enemies, everything. I can't even explain it. But it's always the same. I don't know why. That's what I had a dream about. Fake the dream version of the Dynamis version of Mario 3. I don't know why I dream these things. I don't even I haven't played anything Mario in a long time. And that's not really I don't know, it doesn't seem like it seemed like I hit the mark here, but I just want an edge here at this point. All we know is the new Unite stuff. Everything else is brand new announcement. Oh, okay. And some new characters to Pokemon Unite. Let's see here. Go ahead. I'm trying to get that flattened just so it's a little bit more. This will affect the like if there's lighting, I'll be able to see the edges. I'll be able to know where to put the shadows easier without having to think about it. Is that cheating? I don't care. It helps. It helps me. It help. Not only does it help me, but it helps me sculpt better. Help me draw better. Help me sculpt better. Give me the training wheels. Oh, Unite is getting a major Switch 2 overhaul. New maps, new Pokemon, full rebalance, basically a reboot. So they're building this overhaul around Switch. Well, that's going to be weird for the PC users, unless it's a totally new game that you're talking about. Guess that's fine. I mean, I know where to put everything. Like I said, like if I were to make this, like if this were going on a video game character, I would do this strap separately and just attach it. It would look way better like that instead of like being a part of the bag. That's not really how it works. And you can tell that it's a part of the bag. I can see where it connects. It doesn't even connect. It's just a part. It is the bag, but it shouldn't be that way. It should be something that's stitched on a bag. I think I can make it look like that if I do it separately next time. Next time, everything will be done better because that's the goal. Make the next thing better than the last. It's only on mobile, Switch, and Switch 2. Oh, okay. Well, forget PC, I guess. So it's a new game, or is it's a new game you're talking about then, right? Hey, did you find that neck piece that you were talking about? I'm almost certain it's probably the JSC neck that you can get off the AH, but I'm not really sure. I just wanted to confirm. Um, Trying to flatten this in here. Try to. I'm just smoothing that out a little bit. Like I said, this shouldn't be a thing. This is supposed to be a separate entity that's sewn on, but I'm just making do with what I did here previously. It won't be like this next time. Everything is going to look way better. This guy, the next character is going to have a lot more stuff too. He's got like a bandolier. This guy, he's got all his accessories, man. He's going to look like a Marvel character, but I'm going to do it. All right, so I have to fix this. I don't know what happened there, but it's all messed up. I'm just going to try to make it look as. It sucks when you lose details like that. That's one of the reasons why I wanted it to be its own thing, because that would happen a lot less. But since I'm trying to sculpt these things in on the mesh and keep the subdivision like low, that's the type of things you're gonna get. We won't be doing that anymore. We're gonna be doing it a little bit more efficiently. I don't even know. All right. Well, there's no use lamenting over it. Just do it. Smooth this out. Let's see. See that? Yeah, I did that strap right over this seam here. And that's why it's showing up right there. It's actually, it's not a part of the bag. It is the bag. I can see the problems that doing that does when you're trying to, when you're doing, shrink wrapping and subdivisions and things like that. That stuff comes back. It doesn't ever go away. Like I said, clothes are, we're still trying to get our clothes to a higher standard. These are some of the things that I have picked up on since putting more effort into the clothes. It's like some things are better done separate than, on the thing, on the actual. Or you know what you could do is just, and what I've seen lots of people do over the years is just make a really basic mesh. Say for example, this bag, just do the basic shape and then just texture these, put the details like this in the texture, like draw on a buckle and just paste it on there. You could do it that way too. That's a very tried and true method, but um, I want the dimensions there because this is for drawing. Only showing the new Pokemon Go stuff. Oh yeah, yeah, it's amazing that's still going on. Why in the world am I not adding anything here? Okay, we're on scope mode. It's not working. Want this? Oh yeah, that works. But why doesn't the clay strip brush work? Okay, better new plan. We're going to go ahead and just smooth this out, which is what I should have done in the first place, to be honest. Yeah, it's definitely good to know how things behave because I'm already working on the solution. And don't worry, I mean, whatever skill level I'm at for which sculpt, it's going to be left there. I'm not going to go back and redo these. These I've already taken it's taken me a long time to get to this point, so I'm not going back. That's why I'm just kind of just going with it. Whatever mistakes happen, I'm going to roll with it and just make a little mental note of what I need to do to prevent them happening next time. It's the best I can do instead of just redoing it. The obvious thing would be to just redo it until it's better, but then I'd be doing this character forever, and I don't want to do that. I can correct the mistakes on the page, so I'm not really too concerned with that. But I've already come up with some things that can be done better for the 3D side of it. Master EX. I don't know what that is. Update to Pokemon Sleep. Pokemon Sleep? What is that? Or are you talking, or is it Snap that you said and you got auto corrected? Cafe Mix is getting a bunch of new mon. I don't know TSG. I don't know what any of this stuff is. TCG. Okay. Yeah, trading card game. Gotcha. What is Cafe Mix? What is Master EX? What is Pokemon Sleep? I don't know what this stuff. What is this? Or is that Snap? How can you add a? Oh, I guess you could add a whole stage. Add the Pokemon in that way if that's the case. That would be a weird update though. Pokemon Snap came out. It's been out for a couple of years now. New Snap. Sleep is like Go, but tracks your sleep. Okay, you're gonna be asleep. How are you gonna see the update? How can you see it? You're gonna be asleep. They're gonna download it into your brain. Get out of my head, Nintendo. Stay out of my head. You don't want to be in there. This story is in there. I don't want you in there. They are the side games. Yeah, I don't know anything about them. I think since this thing here is for Pokemon only, I'm going to assume that it's all Pokemon stuff. I was thinking of it in the sense of Nintendo Direct, but it's a Pokemon Direct, which is what you said. I just never heard of any of these Pokemon games. I thought it was just the mainline games and Unite and Go. I didn't realize they came out with all these other titles that I didn't know. I didn't even know they had a. Are you talking about new cards or is this a digital trading card game that you're talking about? I don't know why they would announce new cards. Just put them in the pack. You'll find them. That shouldn't really warrant an announcement. The whole idea is to open up the pack and find out what you got, right? You're gonna know you got a new card when you open up the pack. As you sleep, your partner Pokemon collects Pokemon based off of how well you sleep. How is it gonna know how well you slept? You talking about length of time? That's not always a good indicator of good sleep. You could sleep for 12 hours and still be messed up. Still have problems. What if you have sleep apnea? Is it gonna know that? Is it gonna give me a Gengar or something if I have sleep apnea? Or a hypno? Is that what's gonna happen? Is my dreams gonna be eaten? What if I have a nightmare? Is it gonna know? Is a haunter gonna be in my Pokemon box if I have a nightmare about uh I don't know. 3 mobile card game. Oh, okay, you're watching it, aren't you? How can you make this mistake? They're telling you what's happening. I'm just playing. Don't worry. You sleep, you have a tracker and put your phone on your pillow. They track vitals and movement. It's going to listen to you sleep through the phone and give you a Snorlax if you snore. Oh, that's funny. That's actually kind of funny. Yeah, here you go. Oh, what's that? You just had some Thanksgiving dinner? You're in a food coma? Here's a Snorlax with leftovers. He's holding leftovers just for you. Enjoy. All this shit looks the same. Yeah, I know. I'm just playing. It all looks the same. Yeah, I don't know, man. I still gotta play Violet and Scarlet and the Legends and finish Sword. I haven't finished Sword, man. What am I doing? Oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm trying to get a shiny dragon set up. It's not easy. I should just beat the game. I want my shiny dragons, but I can't get them because they won't. I'm hatching many eggs. Many eggs. I'm trying to smooth around the buckle so I can at least keep the shape of it. It would make it a little bit easier to restore. It looks like somebody smashed it, like it was made out of cake and they just smashed it. But as you can see, me just adding clay strips. It's not working, of course, because why would it work? I mean, why wouldn't I be able to add to the sculpt? But I could do pretty much anything else. No, inflating is not the way to go. Never mind. That was it. They don't have anything, man. The only thing they have is, hey, we're gonna sue Power World. We're gonna change the patents and then sue them mid lawsuit, and that's it. They don't have anything. Of course, they don't have anything. They just have a lawsuit. You tuned in for that? Pokemon mans. I thought we were gonna get a new game or something. I don't know. I'm glad. Okay, I'm not gonna watch it then if that's all they got. I don't want to see that because I'm not gonna get any of that. I only really care about the mainline games and very rarely some of the side games. Like I liked Pokemon Snap, so I got new Snap. I haven't played it yet though, so that's on me. And Stadium, I guess, but they don't make those games anymore because I mean the whole point was to lock on, put your data on the game. You don't have to do that anymore. It's we're in a higher digital age now. It's a Pokemon Stadium game wouldn't even I don't even think it would have all the features that the old ones would have, just based on the technology alone. They're showing the ZA stuff. We already knew about this. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to. All right, so I'm gonna have to boost this again. I'm gonna have to subdivide this because I can't do anything here. I'm trying to fix this. What? How do you mess that up? The date is right under the video. What happened? What is going on? Cut the commercial. Okay, cut the commercial. Looking at last year's direct. You're supposed to be looking at 2025, not 2024. They tell them. Did they tell you that on the title? I don't even know if I saw that. No, I didn't see it because, yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't see any of that. I saw the Nintendo Direct. I think they showed a Pokemon game. I just remember all the other games. I don't actually remember what they showed for Pokemon. What happened? What's going on? I clicked the thumbnail and it played 2024 instead of 2025 stream. Well, don't do that. Just don't do that. Why do they have to make this so difficult? Or should I say, why did my own actions make this? I think it was Garment Tool. I'm not even joking. I think Garment Tool is the reason why this is happening. But um, only way we're gonna know that for sure is when I get my other sculpt that use 0% Garment Tool and see the difference there. I still got a little bit ways to go. I'm doing the retopology on my study scope. So um, right after I get to that and unwrap it, then I can see the actual results of what I have improved upon. Air quotes. Two new TV shows. All right. I haven't watched Pokemon since the Orange Islands. Okay, the Orange Islands. I didn't even see Protect Detective Pikachu. I was gonna say Protective Pikachu, Detective Pikachu. I didn't even see that one. I saw the concept art because I used to follow the artist, but I didn't see the movie itself. Oh wait, no. The last thing I saw was Pokemon Heroes, and I saw that in like 2012. That's a 2003 movie, and I only saw it because it was on. Like This was back when I was still watching TV. It was on. I left the TV on, and it played it while I was asleep. And then I woke up, and I was looking at Ash, Brock, and Misty were parting separate ways. I remember hearing Latios and Latias in my sleep because they make really high pitched noises, and they were parting for good because it was the end of the movie. Like they were walking in different paths. You know, Brock was going this way, Misty was going that way, Ash was going that way. I was like, well, isn't that I don't know, what do you call that? Wait, hold on, wait. I want to make sure I got the right word here. No, not that. That's not the right word. Symbolic, I guess. You know, because I had stopped playing Pokemon years ago, and the last thing I saw was them splitting up. So even they left. They left. The adventure's over. Well, actually, it's not over. It's only our perception of their adventure is over. They're gonna go on, probably presumably, and do things. We're not gonna be able to see it though. I don't even know why they're splitting up or what they're planning on doing. I don't know. I don't know anything. That was an old movie. I'm pretty sure they had like 10 movies since then. They probably got back together since then. I don't know. I don't know anything. Poke Park Kanto, new amusement park is exactly what you think it is. Oh, okay. I am I'm not hyped for that, you know? What's gonna happen? I'm gonna go there and I'm going to be annoyed by some kid that's also there. Also, I'm a very grown man. I don't think I would be there in the first place unless I was with someone who really liked Pokemon and they wanted to go and they wanted me to go with them. I'd probably go on that, but I'm not gonna like it. They have to have something really cool for me to care. I don't know what that would be though. What would I don't know, you know? Disney, you could build a lightsaber. I mean, I'm not really thrilled about that. You can go see Pizza Planet. You know, I probably would have liked that as a kid because I like Toy Story. You know, you can go eat at Pizza Planet. I'm not gonna care about that. Yeah, I don't care. I don't really. You know, the Disney princesses. You know, there's just people. They got to act like the characters. That doesn't really appeal to me either. Lion King, Aladdin, Mufasa's dead. They killed him, man. Jafar's dead too. What am I talking about? Everybody it has kid and adult attractions like Nintendo Land. Yeah, I don't know, man. The reasons to go with those are outdated now. You know, things like that is when back in the day when I was younger, they would have these events that you could go to get like exclusive trades. But everything's online now. You don't really have to do that. You can just log on and get it without having to travel to Japan to get the stuff. Got to travel to the actual Pokemon Center and do a trade and get a Mew or a Celebi or something. I don't know, man. Maybe get a gold Pokeball. Hey, get your free gold Pokeball. I guess I'll take that. I mean, I could just put that on a shelf or something. I had the gold bar Pokemon from Burger King. Uh, I think we had them all. Me and my brother. We had the Jigglypuff, Mewtwo, Pikachu. What was the fourth one? The fourth one was what did I say Mewtwo, Jigglypuff, Pikachu. The fourth one was what was the fourth one? Charizard, right? Yeah, we had them, and they came. They was like these giant Pokeballs, and you open them up, and inside is like the gold plated ingot of with the print of the Pokemon on it. Are those even worth anything? I actually do. I not only do I not think that, I do think that they want to appeal to those older fans because it's Kanto. It's just I'm not I'm not really. It's not for me. I don't think. I don't think it's for me. I don't think there's anything there that I would be interested in. If I want to go to Kanto, I'll just go to Japan. You know, that's it's based off of Japan. Just go there. A lot of the places they have are based off their own country, so you can see the real thing. I think there's some value there. I don't want to see Pokemon Kanto though, unless I can go there. Hey, we made Kanto. Just step through this portal and come into our world. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah. Hey, what's going on here? Hey, yeah. Oh, there's a Pokemon right there. Can I bring this Pokemon back to the real world with me? No? Okay. Do they have anything virtual reality for Pokemon besides Go? Well, I guess Go would be the closest thing, but $3. Gengar and Clefairy. I thought they only had four. Pokemon Gold. Oops, I put Gold. Oh yeah, I got eight. I actually had eight of them. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Poliwhirl, Togepi. No, yeah, we had Mewtwo, Charizard, Pikachu, and um Clefairy. I do not remember getting Poliwhirl and Togepi. So I guess we missed out on those. Whoops. But no, there's no Gengar. We must be talking about something different. Poliwhirl. Why did they choose that one? Unless they did this more than once, but I don't see Gengar one. I wouldn't be surprised if they did this again. I wouldn't know though. I wasn't into Pokemon anymore after a certain point. Yeah, it's just Pikachu. They had two different Pikachus apparently. Pikachu, Jigglypuff, Togepi, Poliwhirl, Charizard. Huh. Yeah, here they are right here. We just had these four. We didn't get these two. I had shoot, which one did I have? I don't even remember which one. I think I only had one of these, and my brother had the other three, and I just gave him mine since he had more. I was like, "Yeah, take this one," because I had the cards still. Yeah, these are the ones. These are the ones I'm talking about. Pokemon teaming up with Burger King to bring you. I wonder what he did with them. But we had like four of these. Either I had two and he had two, or I had one and he had three. I don't remember. I wasn't getting them like that, but I did get one at least. A couple of Pokemon games on Switch that no one played. Yeah, which ones? I don't know. Upgrade for Switch games to Switch 2. Oh yeah, you got to pay the extra whatever the heck. I don't remember. I don't remember. Was it $10 or something like that? Some kind of extra fee that you got to get. I'm trying to fix this. It's very, very stubborn right now. I got to completely redo that side. This side, just some refining, a little bit will take care of that. Don't know why I didn't copy this side though. Really don't. Pokemon Champions. I've never even heard of these things. You said these are mobile games, right? I know nothing of this. Nothing of these things. They must be pretty popular if they're warranting all these updates and releases and whatnot. Oh, it's a free upgrade. That's cool. That's pretty darn tootin' cool. I mean, you already spent the what the $3,000 for the Switch 2. You know, at least they get It's not $3,000. I don't remember how it is. I think it's comparable to the Switch One price, to be honest. But if you already have a Switch One, you might as well be paying like 3,000. It's not 3,000. $500. Gotcha. So it's really 900 total if you bought like the Switch One. I didn't get it on the first day. I got it only because of um Let's Go and the new Smash and Zelda, because I want to do a Zelda playthrough. So of all the games, and, I wanted to play the new games. So actually, I'm a fan of Zelda, even though I don't really play it or show it that much. I actually do like Zelda. I mean, so do a lot of people. I would consider myself a fan of Zelda. I've not played all the Zeldas. I'm a very casual fan of Zelda. I've only beaten two of them. That should give you an idea of how many Zeldas I play, how many Zelda games I play. I've played four or five total. Okay, I've tried Majora's Mask, which is another one I got to get back into. Tried Twilight Forest again, ditto. I've beaten Ocarina. Actually, no, I didn't even beat the first one. I gotten all the way to the end of the first one, but I didn't find the silver arrows, so I didn't get to beat it. But I got very close to beating it, and I tried Zelda 2. Pokemon Champions is basically the new version of Stadium, but on phones. It's all mobile, right? This thing you're saying, this direct, the showcase. That's what you said, right? Mobile games. What if they released a mainline game on the phone and they say, "Hey, do you guys not have cell phone?" I wonder if Nintendo will be able to get away with that. They get away with a lot of things, you know. Would people give the same flack as they did Blizzard? Probably not. I would say no. They probably wouldn't. Mobile Switch 2, yeah. Gotcha. It's basically what Pokemon Masters is. It's a wait, you said that wait, is Champions and Masters like the same like like Pearl and Diamond like that? Is that what they're doing? They're doing that for mobile? Pokemon Masters, Pokemon Champions. I'm surprised they didn't make that a mainline thing. You know, you can have one I don't know. I don't know what the color scheme would be because they used every color by now, but they could do like no, I think they used that color too. Purple? Yeah, that was crystal. Orange and and beige. I don't know, man. Orange and cyan. There, those are like they're kind of on the color theory opposites, right? It's too close to blue though. Cyan, turquoise and cyan. Yeah, there you go. Champions and Stadium Masters is the mobile mainline game. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to try Mystery Dungeon one of these days. I didn't know that they were as popular as they were, and I have no idea about any of them. Really. I just know that you just do random things. It's like an RPG, like an actual RPG. But actually, I don't even know if that's true to be honest. I saw a little bit of it. So I think did Thief stream? I think Thief streamed Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Was that Thief? I think it might have been, or it could have been someone else. Maybe it was Lycan or somebody. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna have to try those games. I know I got them. I'm trying to redefine this strap right here. Okay, you streamed it. That was you, was it? No, it couldn't have been that stream I watched. That couldn't have been the stream I watched. I would have remembered that. If you streamed it, I missed that one. I don't remember seeing your stream of that. Might have been a long time ago, or maybe I wasn't just like active on Twitch like that. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes I don't. I just stay off of Twitch for a while and don't don't watch anything. Just do some other stuff. Maybe I was watching a series or something. I don't know. I don't know. This is I'm basically just resculpting this. This is this is what I want to avoid the next time I do a sculpt. Okay, I streamed it when it came out for like a month. Mystery Dungeon. Oh, the new Mystery Dungeon. Yeah, I definitely didn't see that. I did not know they had a new Mystery Dungeon. I'm talking about the old one, I think, or maybe I'm not talking about the old one. I don't know which one's the new one because when I saw Mystery Dungeon, I was like, that's not a Pokemon mainline game, and I completely dumped it from my memory after that because those were the only ones I was interested in, and Snap and Stadium, even the Hey You Pikachu game. I was like, I'm not playing that. Ain't no way I'm gonna talk to that Pikachu. And apparently, a lot of people had that problem talking to Pikachu. It's a big problem. Just wouldn't do what you said. He would not do it. If you tell him to do something, he wouldn't do it because it didn't work right. I guess I don't know. Maybe because it was reviewed, recently, and I saw that and it didn't work because the stuff is old now. Maybe it worked better back in the day, but I'm pretty sure that was a problem back then too. That the microphone didn't pick up correctly or something like that, or the technology just wasn't working correctly. I don't know, something like that. I don't know. Hey, you Pikachu. That's what I'm talking about for the Nintendo 64. It came with its own accessory. You plug it in. It's got a little mic, and you can talk to Pikachu. All right, that was the whole game. You had to give him commands. I don't know anything more about that. I know there were some frustrating things about it, and I think there was some like it had kind of like a difficulty curve to it. For some reason, there was something about it, something in the game that you had to do that was, a little bit, above the norm in terms of difficulty. I don't know. It worked for me back. It worked fine for me back then. Yeah, it's probably because um, um, it was reviewed in recent times, and that stuff it's decades old now, and probably doesn't work then. But I remember people saying that it didn't work correctly for certain people back then too. So I don't know if it didn't work as well then. It probably ain't gonna work as well now either. The one that I did play that was like in a similar vein was Seaman. That did work correctly, but it was very difficult. You had to actually figure out how to take care of those things. Uh, but yeah, I had a friend that had Seaman, so that was kind of very interesting game to play. You can't really. I don't even know if that's emulatorable. You can emulate it. I don't know if that's something you can emulate because you have to talk to Seaman. But if there is a way, I would like to play that game again. Maybe you can use your actual mic. I don't know. I'm sure somebody probably would have figured it out by now. I'm using the wrong brush. No wonder I'm having the same. I'm having some issues here. There's noise or music or something playing while you use the mic, it would mess up if you were far from the mic. Well, I mean, you're holding the controller though. Like, how far do you gotta be? You gotta have the controller like up in your face. Hey, Pikachu, do a roll. He just stands there, looks at you with that same face that he always has. The little cat face. He just stands there like doesn't hear you. Pikachu, come over here. He just staring at you. Yeah, I didn't like Pokemon that much, so I didn't play everything, but I did play a lot of the stuff. There's a lot of things that came out. I didn't play the Game Boy trading card game. I did play Smash Brothers. I played Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, I believe. It might have just been one. I don't think I knew anyone who had two. Of course, Gold and Silver, Red, Blue, and Yellow, um, and Snap. Everything after that, um, right before Let's Go Pikachu came out, I actually did manage to play Fire Red and Heart Gold, which are basically remakes of what I've already played. And then they remade it again, and I played that. But other than that, I didn't really play a lot of the other stuff that they came out with. Oh, and Sword, yeah. That's a big gap between uh, Gold and Sword. And I didn't play anything in between that besides what I already made, which was just Fire Red and Heart Gold. That's it. Didn't play Didn't play Ruby. Didn't play. Actually, no. I tried Emerald. I didn't beat it, but I did try it. I tried it on an emulator. I tried Emerald. I didn't play Ruby or Sapphire. I didn't play Diamond or Pearl. I don't know anything about those games. I do want to play them though. Might play them on stream. Maybe I'll do a Pokemon franchise playthrough. That's gonna be a long one, and it's gonna be the same thing. Go to your 8 towns, catch as many Pokemon as you can, and get the badges, and then beat the Elite Four. Pretty sure there's an Elite Four in every game. I'm sure that they didn't change that too much. And take the pictures, of course, and win the tournaments, and so on and so forth. I'm gonna be Pokemoned out by the time I get to that one, or to the end of it. Yeah, I think I actually might do that though. Do a Pokemon franchise playthrough. Some of the emulators you can force a trade. Like if I were to play Fire Red, I could like just complete the Pokédex for all the ones that you can't get in Fire Red because I don't think you can trade between emulators. If I can, I'll do that. But I remember seeing something to where you can kind of like do some settings and do things that you wouldn't normally be able to do on your own. Since there's yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no online play. Just don't play while your mom is screaming at your brother. But no, kids were dumb. How are you supposed to know that? It should work. It should work. Okay. It could be the sound from its own game that messed it up. You have to play it through a TV. The TV has speakers. The speakers emit sound. The sound could be hitting that microphone because you're sitting in front of it. It could be that too. Pokemon will be shorter than Final Fantasy and Zelda, yeah, because it'll be by the numbers basically. You just go through all the towns and beat all the people, all the trainers. I did like the additions that they made to Fire Red though. They added a whole island. I was like, oh cool, yeah. I didn't actually know they put this in. It was nice discovering that for the first time in 2019. I thought it would just be a retread of Red again. Because when I saw, I was like, "Oh, Fire Red, what is this, a remake?" I was like, "Oh man, I already played this. I don't want to play a remake." I wasn't really into remakes back then. I didn't really give things a chance. If I wasn't interested, I wasn't gonna get it. The only time where I changed my mind was actually Final Fantasy X-2. I wasn't gonna get it. I was like, "Man, what is this?" So I was like, "Man," but the more I thought about it, I was like, "Well, I don't know." Oh, it's an RPG. Okay, well, I guess it's not a. Everybody thought it was going to be like a Tomb Raider or a Devil May Cry, knockoff because the teaser image was just there with guns. Everyone thought it was a joke at first, like an April Fool's joke. It's like, nah, nah, that's not real. That ain't real. And then I was like, no, that is real. And I was like, everyone was like, what kind of game is this? This isn't going to be RPG. It's going to suck. Blah 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 blah. And I kind of fell into that crowd a little bit. I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be into this. And then I kept seeing the commercials, and then after that, I was like, "What happened to Titus?" I must know. And I went and got it. I was just sitting there one day and I don't know, it clicked one day. I was like, no, I gotta find out what happened. And I bought it. And I was like, this is actually pretty good. I like it. I don't know what people were complaining about. It's not bad. I ain't gonna say the story was like, a masterpiece, but it was interesting for the most part, I like the game mechanics. And then right after that, Final Fantasy 11, like a couple when I was by the time I was done with that game, Final Fantasy 11 came out for the PS2, so I was on that. I was within the same time frame, if I remember correctly. I almost 100% of that game too. I just missed one cutscene. I think it was one of the hot spring ones or something like. No, it was something from Bahamut. The kid that's actually Bahamut on the airship. It was one something like that. I don't remember. It was one cutscene though. It was like 99.8 or 9 or something like that. Well, I was like, I am not doing that again. But I got most of it. Cause I didn't. The only Final Fantasy I reliably replayed, and this is only because years had passed, was 7. I played 7 the most. I like 10 more, but I only played it once. I just grinded the heck out of it, and, like killed Sin in like 2 hits, in 2 turns, I should say, not 2 hits. I'm sure he got hit a lot of times, but I only did 2 turns. Turn one put him in the second form, and turn two ended the game basically. And I grinded in the Calmlands for at least 3 months, getting all the monsters and the break damage limit and all that stuff. I did everything you could possibly do in 10 except get Waka's legendary weapon. I did not get that. Something would happen every time it was in the pool, and I would, when I did, because you have to do Blitzball and the championship tournament or whatever tournament it was where that offers the crest that you need to get his thing. It would switch. It would switch it wouldn't always be first prize. And every time it was first prize, something would happen and I wouldn't win that game. And I had a pretty good team too. I actually took the time to find the good team members to do it, but something kept happening. Um, During the match where they would offer, it was either the Mars crest or the Venus crest, something like that. I don't remember. Sun crest. I don't. It's fuzzy, but the point is, um, when that crest was on the line, something happened that I wouldn't win that game. And then I was like, okay. And then when I did win, it wasn't that crest. It was the other thing they had for the first place. And I didn't feel like keep doing that, even though I grinded the game for 3 months. I liked Blitzball, but for some reason I was not willing to do that. I think it's because I hated Waka. I don't actually remember why, but there was something about that was like I didn't want to do it anymore. And I don't know. I don't get it because, like I said, I grinded that game for like over a summer, and I'm not sure why I didn't just hold out for his weapon. I Yeah, it was a lot of members. I remember one of the good members was in the Calmlands actually. It was like a older lady with like a long dress. She's actually really good at blitzball. I tracked all the good members down. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm not really sure because I remember I went through like I didn't. I realized that I had missed Jack shot in the beginning of the game, and I actually started over and got it. I was like, no, I'm getting that. I'm getting Jack shot. I just remember tackle slip, the jet shot. I think there's a jet shot too. I don't remember tackle slip and I can't remember that because I only played that game one time. But I was one of the few people that actually did like blitzball. I thought it was pretty cool. I was like, you know what? I need to make up a sports game for my world, but I never really did. I was like, I want a unique game like this, not like this, but just a unique sports game that everybody plays, and for my characters. But I couldn't think of anything, so I just didn't do it. That's still an idea that I would like to explore someday. I don't have any ideas for that. Blitzball. But yeah, I don't know. My time with Final Fantasy was a little weird. Some of them I really liked, and some of them I just didn't really want to play. I don't know why. I took one. I'm probably you're probably gonna anybody who hears this might not like me for this, but I looked at I looked at 8 and I was like, yeah, I want to play that. That's way better than 7, just based off of the world alone. Not exactly the story because I never beat it, but I legitimately thought that Seifer was better than Sephiroth, just because. I was like, yeah, nah, Seifer's better than Sephiroth. Look at him, he's got his coat, he's got his cool coat, he's got the freaking the gun blade. How can he not be better? Look at him, he's better. All right, he can fight, he can shoot, he got the magic. He's better. All right, he's got higher test scores. He works for Seed. All right, he's better. He's not better. And uh, I took one look at Final Fantasy IX's art style, and I was like, no, I'm not playing that. I don't like the art. And that's one of the better, one of the better regarded Final Fantasy games. But I didn't give it a chance because of the art style. I played a little bit of it because one of my friends had it, um, but I actually didn't like it because of the art. And that's a really dumb reason because Chrono Cross is very similar to that style, and I love Chrono Cross, so I don't know what happened there. Chrono Cross is one thing. Maybe it's because of the title. I think because I expected the art style to kind of move in the same direction as they had this little style that they were working on. It's kind of like quasi futuristic. You got 7, you got 8, you got Spirits Within. I thought that Final Fantasy would keep going in that direction. So when they brought it back to their classic thing that I didn't really know about because I wasn't in the 2D games, I wasn't with that really. I wasn't really with that. I didn't really like the fantasy portion of it. I like the sci-fi stuff better. So yeah, I didn't give 9 a shot, but 10 once I had a better idea exactly of what Final Fantasy actually was. At 10, yeah. 11, my favorite. 12, yeah, yeah. I didn't beat 12 though. I gotta revisit that. I couldn't do it because of my work. Hold on, let me see. Lots of people fell for that. Yeah, you really missed out. 9 is the cream of the crop. Yeah, no, I kept hearing that. Damn. I was like, what the heck? I was like, what was wrong with me back then? I was very, very critical of certain things. I was like, this art style is dumb. I'm not playing that game, and that's what happened. That's literally what happened. And then the art style is actually not bad. I'm not really like that anymore. I give things a chance. I don't. I'm not super critical. Very open minded. But back then I was not. It's like I didn't like the cartoony stuff. Like I said, it was weird. It just wasn't what I didn't really mind that for other things. Like Dark Cloud was cartoony. Dark Cloud 1 and 2, I really like those. It just wasn't what I expected for Final Fantasy. I came in at 7. I didn't play 1, 2, or 3, and so on. In 4 and 5 and 6, I didn't play those. My first Final Fantasy was Final Fantasy 7. So everything that game is what I expected for Final Fantasy. And then 8 didn't help with that because 8 was in that same vein. It was the sci-fi esque style that they were going for. Something like the bouncer. There was like a kind of a trend that they were trying to set back then. I don't really know what that was. It could have just been something that was going on in Japan, like this model esque J-pop be kind of like 15. They were doing that back then, and the Nomura style, and Nomura and the other artists, their style of Kingdom Hearts was kind of a little bit on the cartoony side, but I actually wanted to play that. Just never did. I was like, well, Disney and Final and Square Enix, sign me up, but I never actually got to play it that much. Oh, oh, I didn't. One of my friends was playing it at the time, and I didn't want to spoil it for myself, so I just never played it. By the time I had a chance to play it, I wasn't really into it anymore. So you like 11, you're gonna like 9. Yeah, I know I'm gonna like 9. Like I'm just telling you what my perspective was back then. That was the reason why I didn't play. I didn't really understand, you know, the 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 game, the franchise. It was all it wasn't all sci-fi esque stuff. Okay, even though I mean it's a part of it, a little small part. Not like they didn't play up that in like they did for 7, 8, and what's the other one? 15. I guess they did the same thing, but this is like years and years and years later. I thought that was Final Fantasy. Go figure, it wasn't. But yes, it's more than that. They always had some sci-fi stuff in it. It's just not that much. I guess those were the few where they took that part of it and just they lowered the fantasy and put the sci-fi up a little bit more. That was the type of stuff that I liked back then. I mean, I still do, but that was the type of stuff that pulled me into the series. Not even that, really. I mean, you were the one who got me into it. Like I didn't really care about Final Fantasy 7. I played the demo. I was like, oh yeah, this is interesting, and then I just left it at that. And then you kept telling me about it, like, oh, this was here, read this big gigantic book about Final Fantasy. All right, hey, you know what? This is interesting. Yeah, let me borrow that. And that's how I got into it. I actually was very nonchalant about Final Fantasy back then. I had only played Buck Rogers Countdown to Doomsday. That was my only RPG. Not counting Fact Xanadu. I think that is an RPG. And, the RPG elements of Zelda 2, but they're very similar games, those two. But true JRPG, never really played one. It was just the Western D20 rule set for Buck Rogers and whatever elements that were in Zelda 2 and Fact Xanadu. But that kind of JRPG, that kind of RPG, that was my first. I was like, all right, yeah, cool. When I had the choice to get it, I got Tomb Raider 3. I chose that over Metal Gear. I mean, it just didn't those things I wasn't super into. I was like, oh yeah, no, actually, no, I didn't even play Metal Gear at that point. I saw it. I wish I had gotten it. I didn't even know what Metal Gear. I've had heard of it, I think. Um, and I remember hearing about the Nintendo game, but I just didn't remember what it was about. I was like, oh yeah, Metal Gear, and I was like, yeah. But I was really into Tomb Raider at that time, so I got that. I got Tomb Raider 3. Don't kill me. But I could have chosen, and I like Tomb Raider, of course. Don't get me wrong, but the games I just named were like PlayStation's masterpieces. I could have chosen any one of those. Just didn't know a lot about them at the time. Okay, I had played the demos. It's just I was like, yeah, yeah, all right. But I really wanted Tomb Raider. uh, FF games always try to match JP Twins when they are made. Yeah, yeah, trends. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm just trying to describe it to someone who, if anybody's listening out there, to someone who wasn't really, paying attention to that stuff at that time. Pre-rolls are going to start, or not pre-rolls. I mean, ads are going to start mid-rolls are going to start in like a minute. Just letting you know now because I've just been notified. I try to keep you up on that. It's going to last for 3 minutes. What time is it? Oh, okay. Just trying to fix this strap here as best as I can. I'm definitely going to do things like this separate. I know I keep saying that. I'm just reiterating that this is what happens when you just sculpt it in. Because a lot more things that you have to render than just making the strap separate. I just got to fix this area here. But yeah, I'm just describing it from my point of view, which was like basically a layman. I wasn't really into RPGs like that back then. You got me into that stuff, and I was like, okay. Then I started paying attention. I'm like, what? Squaresoft? Okay. You know, I got it now. Final Fantasy 8. Oh yeah, that's got to be way better than 7, right? It's 8. It's Final Fantasy 8. I was probably more hype. I was probably the most hype about that that one than all of Final Fantasy 8, besides 11, of course, because 11 was online. But I was like, yeah, it's gonna be better. I wanted it to be better. I wanted to believe it to the point where I was saying things that I didn't really know anything about, like Seifer is better than Sephiroth. Like literally because it was a newer thing. I wish 8 was better. That game made feel so much. I still like it. It's just not. I don't think it's better than 7. I'm sorry. I like the design of Squall. He's got the fur coat. He's got the scar. I was like, yeah, look at this guy. This guy's been through the ringer. Okay, Cloud. Forget a Cloud. It's time to bring the storm. It's time to bring the Squall. I don't know, man. I was just, only because it was new. That was the reason. If I had actually gotten the game and played it, I'm sure, I would have more to say about it. And I still haven't beaten it to this day. I've only I did manage to get, because it's, if you get into the card game, that game is busted. That game is freaking busted if you get into what's it called? It's not called Tetra Master. It's called it's the same game. They just keep changing the name every time they redo it. Um what's it freaking called? Dang it. Why won't they tell me? It's called oh, I wonder. Triple Triad. That's what it's called. It's called Triple Triad. I keep calling it Tetra Master because that's the one associated. That's the same card game, but that's the Final Fantasy 11 and 14 version of it. It's called Triple Triad and 8. All right. If you play Triple Triad, you will beat that. That is the way you train in that game. You don't level up traditionally because the game levels up with you. Okay, all the monsters level up with you. It scales with your level. But if you play Triple Triad, that's the true level up. Okay, you get all the cards, you break them down, you can get spells, equipment, whatever. Super easy. You can get Squall's final weapon in disc one. I did that, and it makes the game super easy. And I was only like level 8, and I was like destroying like everything. And I was like, wow, this is really easy. And then I didn't finish it. Yeah, Tetra Master. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I didn't play 9. I'm sorry. I tried it, but I don't remember that game being in it. Yes, Tetra Master from 9 and up. But it's called Triple Triad and 8. Triple Triad is how you get. That's where all your power comes from. Of course, you need to get the Guardians too, but you know, that's like the other half of your power. Guardians and junctioning. I did like that system. I still think it's a pretty cool system. It's just yeah, it's just the card game makes it easy, really, really easy, really easy. Like laughably easy. You don't have to do anything. FF8 rewards you for not leveling up. Yeah, just don't level up and play triple triad. You win. You will win. You will win. And I will show you. I will show you when I play Final Fantasy um in the near future. I'm gonna do it after Zelda, but I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about if you've never seen it. Play the card game. I'm telling you to play the card game. But that's where my knowledge ends. After that, in disc one, basically, I don't actually know the rest of the game. So if there's anything, I'm probably gonna miss it. It's gonna be when I play that game, it's gonna be a semi revisit, and then the rest is gonna be a blind playthrough. Like I know disc one. I got that's another one of those things where I was busy with work, so I couldn't really get into it. Same thing with 12. Same thing with what else did I play during that time? And a lot of things that I got to play and didn't finish. The third Prince of Persia, I actually did beat I managed to beat the first two, but I didn't finish the third one. I'll probably revisit that game too, because I actually do like those uh, Prince of Persia games they have for PS2. But yeah, but seven, I think I could probably do seven without any. That will be it. Won't be a blind playthrough. Seven. I played that game a few times over the course of my gaming life. Okay, so when I play it again, I could probably still find a lot of the stuff and whatnot. So backseating won't be an issue there. Not that it ever is. I mean, I typically play things blind, but throw out a hint. That's fine. I don't really mind too much. Just don't spoil the story. Uh, if you can help it. Like I said, I'm not too anal about that. If I really don't want something spoiled, then I won't stream it. But obviously, the goal is to stream it. So certain things you just have to expect that could happen and be okay with it. Not going to be mad about it or anything. Um, yeah, 12. I got to finish that. 13, same thing. I'm going to go back to 14. I played a lot of that story as well. My goal is to do that with Blue Mage because we're a Blue Mage extraordinaire. Okay, we're going to get True Blue on 14. I want that title because I gotta be that. That's got to be me. I gotta reset the story though. I'm sure it'll be fine because people play that game so much that doing old content isn't really a problem in that game. That's the one thing I do like about 14. I'm an 11 man though. Okay, I like 11 more. 14's okay. It's just I don't stick with it like 11. And of course 11, I know that game very well. Right, so no no issues there. Very well. Certain jobs, I didn't play every job. I'm going to try to correct that before I start streaming. Okay, there's some jobs that I'm going to try to master every job, and then uh hopefully by that point I'm already playing Final Fantasy. Hang on, I got a phone call. Give me 1 second. Oh, never mind. It's false alarm. I'm not going to answer that. I'm going to let it play. Sorry. Can you hear that? It's a pocket dial. Don't worry about it. It's a pocket dial. One of my old relatives, they always pocket dial me, so I'm not even gonna answer it. Can kind of hear it. Oh, okay. If Beast can do blue content, I'll join you. Oh, you're talking about 14? Yeah, okay, no problem. Gotta do it on blue. Got to. I typically play Paladin on 14. I've played I mean, none of this stuff is capped now, of course, but I started off with Monk, then I went to Paladin, and then I played Samurai. Samurai was very fun. Just man, you want to talk about just number go up, turn brain off, number go up. That was a very quick fast track to 80 at the time. I don't know. I guess they're at 99 now or something like that. I don't know. Actually don't know. I haven't been keeping up with 14. I kind of fell off of it because it was so I was playing during the time where it was very hard to get a house, and that kind of turned me off of the game. If I would have got that house, I would have kept my subscription easily. But it's the simple things, okay? All right. I didn't really care about um, leveling is one thing, all that stuff, getting all the gear and leveling your crafts, but I really wanted a house, all right? I couldn't get it, so I kind of just stopped caring. That and I enjoy 11 a lot more. That's just that's my video game Final Fantasy online home, okay? 14 does not compare to that, in my opinion. But I will play it for the purpose of playing every Final Fantasy. I know a lot of people skip the when they do Final Fantasy playthroughs because apparently this isn't a new thing. Um, they skip the online games. I will not be skipping the online games. I'm going to play all of the Final Fantasy mainline games, at the very least the mainline games. All right, got Tactics, got Chocobo Dungeon, of course, I named that earlier. Um, I'll probably take a look at those too. I started off as Paladin. I thought Gladiator was a DPS class. Ah, well, no, it's not. But um, I it's that is probably the most stressful thing that I have done in a video game was play Paladin on 14. Okay, because mainly because you're entering a lot of fights. You're expected to watch videos, okay, to learn the fight, so you don't waste everyone's time, which is kind of, I don't know, it kind of ruins it a little bit. But just so I could do the fight, I acquiesced to that. All right. Then you actually have to do the fight. After watching the video, you have to do exactly what you saw, okay, and not die. It actually is not bad on Paladin. There was only 2 fights that I had a problem with in that entire game that I wiped because it was on me, and that was it was one with it was Shiva Extreme. I don't know what I still don't know what I did wrong to this day. I was tanking her, and next thing I know, I'm dead. That's all I know. I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know if it was some kind of damage check or a tank buster or what, but I tank it, I'm dead. Fine. I did that. I did that fight uncapped. Someone helped me do that uncapped, and they got it for me. But I didn't understand what I did wrong. I still don't know what I did wrong. I just tanking it. I'm dead now. And then the other one where you have to fight 2 dragons, but you have to keep them apart. I fought the dragon. They didn't. I don't. I'm pretty sure the video didn't say keep them apart. It just said this tank does this and the off tank does this. But then I said, you know what? I'm pretty strong. I can tank them both. And I grab both of the dragons and tank them. And then when they're together, they do so much more damage that we wiped. It was my fault. I'm sorry. And then they said, and then someone in the party was like, hey, keep them apart. And I was like, oh, okay. And I just did exactly what the video did. Lo and behold, it worked. Let me see. What we got here? Many houses you wanted, but they are all taken now. No, I had stopped playing the game when you told me that because I just quit. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to 11. I don't have to worry about this. I'm not switching servers for a house. All right. I couldn't get no house when I was playing the game actively in the game. I'm sitting in front of a lot that was empty, and I had to wait for a random timer to get it. I'm like, I'm not sitting here for this. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I didn't want to play like that. I don't want to camp a freaking house plot. All right. I camped an NM. I don't want to camp a house plot. I'm not doing that. That's how it goes. That's how it is for most MMO. The tank is supposed to be the smarty pants of the group. Yeah. But that's not always the case. Sometimes the black mage just runs off and just grabs everything. I'm like, okay, this is comfortable. We can play at this speed. I know that we're going to win if I grab this many. But then the black mage is like, nah, this ain't enough. He runs out. He grabs all this stuff, and then I don't know if I'm going to live or not. And I don't like that feeling. Okay, we just put it all on the healer now. I do what I can handle, but that's how the game is played. And in any of those scenarios, I never died. So maybe the black mage was right. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, Bard run off, Black Mage run off. Okay, I guess I don't get to decide how much we fight. They do. All right, because it's too slow for them. But they were probably doing like a daily or something. All right, but yeah, it's fine. I don't really mind that stuff, but just the game as a whole, it's like, all right, it just doesn't grab me like 11 does. So I don't really play it like that. The game's okay though. I don't have a problem with it. I just like 11 more. Just wait, you see this bullshit, the new content. We were on the same server. I had my house. No, you didn't. I was grabbing a guild house for us, for me, you, and Judicious, and there was no houses, okay, except for that one plot. No one had a house at that time when I was talking about. We were doing the yokai watch. Don't get you got to get your yokai. We were doing that. It was during that time. Okay, you're talking about something when I wasn't even playing. So I don't know. It was pretty comfortable pulling a lot with my mitigation rotation. Yeah, it's really easy to do on Paladin. Like I was being a little cautious, but Paladin is actually a really really good tank. Like like I said, when the black mage just grabbed everything, I was like, "Am I going to? I'm about to die because this person's impatient." But I didn't die. Actually, I actually held everything pretty well. It's like, oh, I was like, oh, okay. I guess they know better than I do. But I did every bit of the story up until Endwalker on Paladin. It was very stressful because I thought I was every time I went into a dungeon, I felt like I was going to wipe, but I didn't wipe, except for the 2 times that I told you about. Only twice did I wipe, and it was my fault. No, 3 times actually. Because I didn't have Cure 2 for the Poison Dragon. I had already done the Poison Dragon on Monk, but my first time tanking it, I had Cure 1 and I couldn't out tank the poison. So and they were like, "Hey, don't you have Cure 2?" And I was like, "I don't have Cure 2." And I had to drop party and get it and come back. It was a complete oversight. I was like, "Wait, Cure 2? I'm supposed to have Cure 2 now?" I was like, "No wonder." I thought it was something. I thought it was my fault. Well, I mean, I thought it was something that I thought the poison dragon was just too strong. No, it's not too strong. I was guilt. I was that was the one time I was guilt. One time. I play to the highest standard, okay? We don't allow weakness, missing spells in this house, okay? But that time I was guilt. And no, I'm not an elitist, okay? I might play like one sometimes, but I don't like troll. I don't like. I'm not toxic. Okay, these standards I only apply to myself. I make sure that I have everything that I need. If it's gear, I try to get the gear. If it's all the spells, I get all the spells. Okay, but that time I didn't have Cure 2. Somebody was like, "Don't you got Cure 2?" No. I was so ashamed. I was like, "Oh, what have I done?" And I went and got it immediately and came back and beat it on the first try. What do you know? I wasn't playing last year. What the heck? I'm not going back I didn't want to go back to 14. All right. I was like, man, I'm an 11 guy. I'm not going back. All right. But I'll go back to play it on stream. I'll play it on stream so you can see what I'm talking about. All right. I wasn't going back for a house last year. I wasn't even playing last year. That's exactly what I said. I was like, you must be talking about when I wasn't playing. I'm not playing. I'm not coming back for just a house. I said I'm going to come back for. I said I'd come back to the game if they added blue. They added blue, but as a limited job. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. It needs to be a full job. But I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play blue on stream. That's my favorite job in 11. Um, yeah, it's the largest plot at the time. Yeah, like I said, I'm not coming back just for that. Okay, if that was there when I was playing, I would still have it, guaranteed. But once the feeling is past, I'm not gonna care anymore. That's where I'm at with it. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to 11. And I've been playing it ever since. I said it's okay, it's all right, it's fine. It's just I like 11 more. It's like 2 more stories too. I didn't get to. It was Ending Walker. Now what was the other one? Uh, what's the one before Ending Walker? That's where I'm at. Dawn Trail. What is it called? FFX. No, FFXIV. Um, expansions. Yeah, I beat Heaven's War. I beat Stormblood. Oh no, I'm at Shadowbringers. Whoa, yeah, we're way back now. I don't. No, I beat Shadowbringers, didn't I? No, I didn't. I beat Heavensward and Stormblood. And when Shadowbringers came out, that was the last time I played it. That was when I had the housing issue. It's during that time. Of course, when the player base is at its highest because of an add-on had just came out during that time. I was doing the yokai watch. Yokai, get your yokai watch. Everybody get your yokais. And and I wanted that car. I wanted the car from 15. I never got it though. I wanted that car, and I wanted there was something else I wanted too. I don't remember. They have a lot of mounts in that game. Um, yeah, I didn't get the house though. It kind of took the wind out of my sails a little bit. There was something. There was other things that happened too. I don't remember. Besides the Blue Mage being a limited job, and I don't remember what it was. I think I just wasn't really like, like I said, I can't stick with the game. It's just after a while I get bored, and it makes me want to play 11. Playing that game makes me want to play 11. So I play 11. Mind you, I've been playing that game since it came out. I still haven't done everything on that game. That's how much content is in the game. All right. Like that, I mean, I can list all the reasons why I like 11 more, but it's a long list. It's a very long list. And there's nothing wrong with 14. Honestly, it's just not all the way in my wheelhouse. Okay. Yes, that was the last time I played it 5 years ago. That was 2020 during the pandemic. It's the last time I tried it. Usually right before or right after or during. I don't actually remember. Put that. And damn, this took over. Well, we still got to do the other one, but we're getting it back to the shape that it was. Uh, oops, that wasn't what I want. Gotta play my blue mage. I also like summoner though. My goal was to just do all tank jobs, but I've only done paladin so far, and I think I had warrior as well, but they didn't have. I think Reaper had just come out, and what's the other one? Gun fool, whatever the other one is. I don't. The one with the gun blade, and then you got what's the other tank? There's another tank now, isn't there? Tank classes. Gunman, Gunbreaker, Gunbreaker. Paladin, and I was working on Warrior. I had Paladin on lockdown. That was my main job. So I was like, okay, I don't have to worry about Paladin. But it took some getting used to Warrior, but that's okay too. And then there's Dark Knight and Gunbreaker. Dark Knight is probably, I think that at the time it was the hardest one to tank on. But I wanted to try to tackle that job one day and figure it out, try to see if I could play it well. That was my goal, but I never got around to doing it. I was like, you know what? I'm used to tanking. I'm also just keep tanking, even though I don't like it. And it's so stressful, and I feel like I'm gonna make everybody wipe. But you just got to get back in. You get knocked back. You got to run back. You have to run back in. That's how you got to do it. You got to run back in. You have to hit. You got to get hit by the tank buster. Okay. You have to. There's a point where you just got to trust your party. It's so much stress tanking in that game. I don't know why. I am so wound up. So wound up. I'm like, man, what is this, man? Why can't I just turn my brain off? That's why when I played Samurai, it was so easy. I was like, all I gotta do is just my rotation. Stand here, do the rotation. Stand over there, do the rotation. And just be always at the top of the damage list. Always. I got beat by a monk one time. And that was with the one where you had where the monster's walking across the bridge. You got to kill it before it gets to the castle or whatever. I think that was Heaven's Ward. That was the only time I was out damaged um on DPS was, and that's because I had to keep running. We had to all keep running, but somehow I don't know what that monk was doing, but that monk was out damaging me like crazy. They took all, and that was after they took all the positionals out. So I don't know. Just do the old trick of blaming the healer. Yeah, I don't. I don't cast any blame. If I feel like I'm in a party that doesn't really mesh well, I just leave it. Really, but I never really had to do that. Yeah, for all the stress that tanking causes me, it actually it went as well as it could go. I made it, got to the end. We did the fights. It was just that Shiva extreme. It's the only one that I do not know what I did wrong. That was a long that's an old fight now, but yeah, I did it uncapped and somebody helped me do it. I would have sat down and figured it out, but if someone was like, "Hey, yeah, I'll just take you through that," I was like, "Oh, all right, something." I don't know. Yeah, I think it's a. I don't know. I gotta look at that fight again. 'Cause that's like something I need to solve. Just for myself. I need to find out exactly what happened. I think it's like a damage check or something, or maybe a DPS check, something like that. I don't know. I gotta look at that fight again. Something happened. I don't know. A snowstorm happened and I died. Something happened. Fortunately, it's probably the least stressful MMO I've played since I haven't had a bad experience with bad actors in my 300 hours of playing the game. I don't know what it is, man. You think you'd have all the stress in 11? I am, because you actually have to apply a strategy. It's not just when this happens, do this, or if this area of the floor glows, then don't stand there. It's not like that in 11. You have multiple ways of taking down the target, and you just have to do it. And the strategy is up to you, because the monster does things at random. It's not a phase. It's not like a set phase of what happens every time, like it is in 14. Um, but I'm not stressed at all in 11. But at 14, I'm like, man, okay, I gotta get into this party. I don't know any of these people. All right, I gotta go into this raid. I gotta do this tank, and if I don't, then I have to make everyone do this fight again. And for some reason, that just winds me up so much. Like, I have to tank. I have to do it. All right, I gotta block the giant sword, or we all die. All right, I gotta guess right on the cup and ball game, or the healer dies. All right, I gotta kill the chainsaw man. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know what it is about that game. It's like it's kind of half fun and half stressful. But then I'm like, okay, well, what's the solution to that? Is there a solution? And I'm like, no, I want to play another tank. I just go right back into it. I'm like, no, I want to keep tanking. Like I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's kind of it's like yeah, I want to tank. I want to tank. But then when I played Samurai, I was like, it was so easy. It was so easy. Oh my goodness. Swing the damn sword. That's all I had to do. Just swing the sword. I don't gotta worry about nothing. I don't gotta heal. Oh, the floor's glowing. Let me stand over here and just keep doing, just do my rotation. I already clicked the perfect order because I have it arranged that way on my screen. So all I have to do is just click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, over and over again. And just not think. And it was so fun. It's very easy though. It's super easy. It's not like Tank where I gotta do the shield throw. I gotta go over here. Okay, I gotta use Sentinel here. I gotta save Rampart for this, and then all this stuff. Oh, Tank Buster. Okay, I just gotta take that and hope the healer heals me, or heal myself a little bit, and then hope the healer gets the rest of it. It's a lot. In Final Fantasy 11, Paladins can also main heal. All right, you don't have to worry about that, and you have so much mitigation. You can just stand there and you won't take any damage because you got the right gear. If you got the right gear, I should say. It's not like that for 14. You got tank busters. They got things that are there to hurt the tank, which kind of defeats the purpose of tanking, but you're the only one who can tank it. So I mean, yeah, you're gonna get hurt, but and it's going to happen. There's no way around it. I can't stun the move. I can't move out of the way. All right. Someone can't sleep it or paralyze it or silence it. No. This monster is going to use that move and it will hit you. There is no chance around it, and it will happen. I don't know. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Because you can prevent things like that in 11. Oh, he's going to use his move? No problem. Just stun it. Or silence it or sleep it. Or kill it before it even uses it. No, this phase has to happen. These steps will happen. This move is going to come out. You cannot stand here. You have to stand there. And so on and so on and so on and so on. Okay. That's one of the things I actually don't like about 14. It's just very formulaic. But it's something that you can forgive because, it's fun overall, somewhat. What are we doing here? Oh yeah, I wanted to do the thing. In game 11 can be stressful depending on your group. Yes, if you're doing it with randoms, yeah. If you're doing it with people that you actually play with, it's not that stressful. Uh, it's only it's only when you have someone sitting there looking at you with a notepad ready to write. It's like, well, wait, you did that? Okay. It's the only time when it's like, oh, and even then, it's like, all right, go ahead, judge away. We're going to do this. I have everything I need. I've done it before. It's going to happen. I don't know why I can't manipulate this. This is so frustrating. Yeah, but overall, like I said, I like 14 overall. It's just I like 11 better. I don't mind playing it. It's just I can't stay with it for as long as I can with 11. I can play 11 like because there's so much to do that you can do in 11 that I'm not really bored when I play it. It's very tedious. It's a very long form game. Okay, when you're working on like your JSC or your ultimate weapons, it's going to take a while to get them, but you can see the progress every step. It's not something that's unattainable. Gotta flatten that. Why is it all cracked and weird? I don't know. You should play Lost Ark. That shit is stressful. I've never played that. I have to take a look at that. 14 is still have a focus of doing everything right the first time and as fast as possible. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, and then you don't have time to process it. There's no reason to do the fight again unless you're doing the dailies. If it's in the daily rotation, uh, you're just there for XP, and you're there with people who are doing it over and over to try to cap their job, and so they're the ones who are with the notepads, but and you're there for the first time, and they know it because the game tells them that, and so it's like that's like your only saving. Oh yeah, I did it for the first time. Okay, did you watch the video? Do I have to watch the video? I don't know. Yes, you do have to watch the video just so you don't waste everyone's time. Kind of lowers the fun a little bit, but because there's no discovery, you know what's going to happen. You have to rely on outside stuff, and that's actually not exclusive to 14. 11 is 100% that, and they don't tell you they don't even have quest markers in 11. They're like, oh yeah, you just see a cutscene and give you a vague idea of what you have to do next, and you just have to figure it out yourself. Luckily, there are hundreds of people before you that already figured it out and put it on the wiki, so it's kind of the same thing, but it's different with a video because you have to sit there and watch the video, which takes time, and um, you can there's no surprise. There's like this is going to happen. You're basically like watching the game and then you're playing it after. So there's like it's not like if I oh this behemoth is out now, in 11. Let's use this as an example. Behemoth is out. I don't know what he's gonna do. I have an idea what he's gonna do, but I don't know what he's gonna do. Like I know his moves. It's just Who knows? He could use them, and that's not always a thing. Sometimes, like, um, it is like 14 in the sense that sometimes this will happen at this part of the fight, and it's usually like a certain HP level. Um, there are fights like that in 11, but it's not like 100% formulaic like 14. In 14, you have to do the same things, same dumb things over and over. It's less fluid. In 14, I just play with trust now. I level my trust. Oh yeah, yeah. The trust had just come out when I was playing it. Um, so yeah, you could play solo, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. There is some fun factor with playing people, even though you could ruin their day because you're just here for the first time and they're not, But I don't know. That's why I prefer to be the tank because you have all the knowledge of the fight. You're always participating in it. I don't think there's a fight where the tank doesn't do anything at all. Um, I think there are some fights where you just hold the monster and that's it, and then everything else is up to maybe there's fights like that. I actually don't remember because there's so many fights where I do my damage mitigation. I run in, I throw the shield, and then I just run past the monster, turn it around, and just stay there until something happens. There's so many fights where that happens that I can't tell them apart. I just know that sometimes they have these little weird swirls and circles that I gotta stand over here. Do I gotta stand over here? I don't know. I don't know what this means sometimes. I think there's somewhere I watched the video. And I'm like, I'm not sure what this part of the area means because I don't think it was explained well because they go through it fast in the video, so it's like you got a lot to take in, and then you have to just actually just repeat everything they did, but without any help this time. This time it's all on you. I think that's probably where the stress is where it is, but it's also kind of fun. It's very exhilarating. Am I going to make it? Am I going to do it on the first try? A lot of the times I did. Like most of the time I did. I know how the fight's going to go if I'm tanking. That's why I like being the tank. But sometimes I do want to turn my brain off and just hit the monster because that's super easy. I just do my damage rotation and I get out of the glowing area. That's it. Get out of the lava. Don't stand in the lava. We do not want to smooth that out. I'm going to have to find a solution for this because it's being very finicky. I got the strap almost there. It's just now the buckle. This is exactly why I want to do these things separate because now I see the issue with just trying to like etch everything in. We're going to have to try a little bit harder with the details. I don't know how many different ways I can say that, but I'm just reiterating. Like this is for me. This is what happens when I'm sculpting it. So I'm gonna try to do it in a way that doesn't cause these problems in the future. And that is the way that I've come up with. Just to make the buckle separate and then attach it later. And that way you have that space. You can tell that it's a strap that's on a surface and not a part of the surface. And that's just basically just getting better at sculpting. None of this really is going to matter when I'm referencing it for my webcomic because I can look at this and just draw the buckle and the strap and be done with it. It's not really a big deal. I don't have to think about it. So I can see how the lighting is hitting it and just draw it from there. Just so I can get the pages out faster. When I actually do have a schedule of releasing pages, that will be helpful. That's basically the only. I mean, it's going to take longer for the build up, but when I'm actually drawing the pages, it'll be a lot faster. So I'm just preparing for that. I could do this and make it look more like a strap on a surface like that. At the end of the day, it's still just a line in the, in the thing. Okay, so I mean, kind of we just got to make it look a little bit instead of all these bandages on bullet wounds. I'm just gonna do these smaller details separately. I already don't sculpt it like this anymore. It's just since this is technically an older sculpt now, since I feel like I'm rapidly um, changing the way that I'm sculpting every time I do a new sculpt. So if I'm working on something long enough, eventually it'll be outdated. So I'm just trying to do it in the way where I'm not really changing too much of how it was done before. I'm just trying to add to it, make it look decent. Healing with trust is a cakewalk. They never get hit once you level them up. Yeah, I think that's what I got to do. I got to level them up. I had to do the first dungeon. I think I'm on the second dungeon now. I had to do that a couple times because they would stand in the area sometime in the wrong area sometimes. It's really just positioning. Den of Rancor door help will be needed later if you're free, so I can get the home point. Oh yeah, no problem. I can just teleport there and open it. So yeah, let me know. That's super easy. That's barely an inconvenience. That's not even an inconvenience. Just go in, teleport to the home point, and then open the door. Because the whole process behind that, you clear your hate, get the torch. That's a long-winded process. Doing that, I don't actually know what on my new character. I did not actually have to do that. I think someone opened the door for somebody else, and I just slipped through and got the whole point. I was like, yes, I don't have to do this. Yes, thank you. But I did it on my Galka. I definitely did that on my Galka. It's like an hour or two of extra steps. I thought I had the torches, but that must have been the other character. Yeah, it's Den of Rancor or something. A lot of memories of other people's drama in that case. I never actually had to go through it. But one of my link shells had like a point of of drama there with the hectites in him for the optical hat. Back in the day, you had to collect these these 8 parts that are kind of like a rare drop from these hectites, and then you have to go and get someone to put them together for you. All right, it's not cheap. You know, you do an alchemy for like a hectize thing, and what it is, it's a pop set basically, which you trade to a question mark in the ground, and the monster appears, and then you have to get someone to help you kill it because it's a very tough monster. Now, I fought that thing before. It is tough, but when I was there, we beat it. It wasn't because of me, obviously, because um, I was always under leveled. I only had time to farm, but I did try to help whenever I could. Um, but yeah, when I fought it, I was we were good then. But there was a point apparently when I wasn't there. I think I was traveling when this happened. Somebody lost their pop set and it caused this big drama. I guess I remember when I finally got to play it, I came back. There were a lot of people who weren't playing anymore. I wonder if that was the reason. At least one of the reasons. Kind of weird. And then somebody had told me what happened. So when I think of the Den of Rancor, I think of that monster. It's called Hakutaku. I think they actually added that to 14. I know they have the optical hat in 14 and what was it called? Eureka? That is how you get it in 11. It was one of the like the staple gear pieces in that game. It was an in-game piece. I think it was an accuracy boost. So if you're a melee job, optical hat was very good. I never got one. I wasn't at that level. Like I said, all I did was farm. But I think there was a point when I did get to that level. I think somebody went in to go back and get it, even though they didn't really need it. I think Abyssinia was out then. We fought it. That monster was still kind of tough during that time. It was before 99 cap, but it was definitely something that I was like, yeah, I see why people had struggled with this thing because it was still a very tough fight, even beyond 75. So you gotta do that. You gotta do that shit at 75. And there's other monsters there too, but that's like the biggest one. That's the biggest one that from in the Den of Rancor, that particular monster. Hakutaku for the optical hat. Funny enough, someone I knew actually did play that I worked with did play 11, and they showed me how to farm on Thief, and they had an optical hat. Like they actually let me borrow the character and like show me how to farm the area, and I would just transfer the Boyata moss to my character and then sell it on the age. I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. And I was like, you know what? I got to get Thief to 75. I was 50 at the time. That's how underleveled I was. I only had time to farm. I didn't have time to level. When I did level, it got to the point where I made so much money that I would then just take that money and then just like dump it all into like the best gear I could get at that level and then level up then. And that's how I level. That's how I laddered up. I did that for years and years and years of just farming and then just getting like +1 gear and then leveling up. I was at 30 for a while, and then I got from 30 to 50 with like the best gear that I could afford, and all that stuff. And of course, I was pretty decent at pulling and evading the mobs. So people would actually be like, "Hey, you want to join our party?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." I was like, "Why do people say Law Thief? I never had a problem with this." That's what I was thinking. At the time. But yeah, it was pretty fun. But when they did that fight, I was still at 50, so I wasn't there with them. And I couldn't have. There was nothing I could have done anyway. I can't pull the mob at that level because that monster was way stronger than me. I got shadows, so yes, I could, but it was also a mage, and I think it did Aga spells, so that wouldn't have helped me at all. He probably would have taken like 75% of my life as soon as I popped him. so, uh, but yeah, it's a lot. There's Rise of Zarlat zones that are so annoying to navigate. Oh yeah, which ones are you having trouble with? Let me guess. Sea Serpent Grotto. That is one. That's definitely one. But depending on what you're doing, you can follow the left. I think following the left wall will take you to Norg. And there's a specific because I knew that path. I knew that place pretty well. And there's another path to get to the gold door to get the Charybdis and all that. And of course, there are some quests in there you have to do for AF, and I think I don't remember which ones though. But I've clearly done them. I just don't remember which one it was. Ninja, maybe? You get Ninja in there? Maybe. I have to check. Let me see. Sea Serpent Grotto. Yes, Summoner AF and Ninja AF. So yes, that was the reason why I went in there. And for a weapon skill, which weapon skill? Pole arm. Impulse drive. Yep, I did that too, I believe. Actually, did I do that? No, I didn't. I didn't. I don't even have the ambuscade pole yet. That's on my list, but I just never got to get it. But yeah, that was the reason why I went in there, was to get the Ninja AF and the Summoner AF. That was a little annoying because you need to bring beast coins in there with you to get through the mithril door, and you gotta have all that stuff. It's kind of dumb. Fall off the certain cliff or whatever, and it's, Final Fantasy 11 stuff. What's up with this buckle? What is up with it? Can I boost it? Can I inflate it? First, can I smooth out these cracks? I'm not really sure. I may have to figure this out offline because I'm not really sure. I've been on this for a bit, and I'm not sure how to tackle it here. It's not really being cooperative. That's smooth. I can't smooth it. So I have to find another solution. Flattening is not really working for it either, and it's all broken up. I would not allow this if this was on like a joint area, something that's going to have a lot of movement, because I think things like this would show a lot more if it was animated. So, but here, since it's not really, I mean, the most I would do with this is probably put some spring. Like if I were to animate this guy, and I think I said this before, I would probably try to make this bag shake when he moved. That's just about it, really. I don't think it would affect this. It was like the whole thing would move. I followed a map to get to it, but there's all dead ends, and I don't know how to get through the wall. You need the coin to get through the wall. And there's one of those doors you have to keep clicking, and you can find a switch, but I don't remember which door that was. I think that was the mithril coin. door, but you need beast coins to get through the door. Gold and mithril, and I think silver. So you can't just run around and explore that. You gotta kind of have to have you have to bring things with you. And I think you can find those coins in that zone, but they're kind of, if you're not on Thief, you're not gonna see those coins for a bit. Oh, Denny and Rancor. All right. Yeah, you need the torch for the one door. I don't remember any other doors. And then you have to go back through the Temple of Mugula to get to some of those areas. It's very, very, very annoying. Oh my god. Yeah, because you got to find out the whole thing with the guy who's the summoner who summoned Fenrir. You got to find out what he did. And he has a little hideout in there. That was not a fun mission. I mean, it was very lore heavy. Like you learn a lot in that mission about the lore, but it's not fun to actually do. But the story is great, and it's mainly because the zones are just confusing to traverse. But I did enjoy the story. I'm gonna have to go in there and get some summoner gear. That's gonna be not cool. Well, actually, that's gonna be fine. But it's a Tomberry in him, so. And I'm talking about Unity, so he might try to throat stab me to like 1%. I gotta kill him before that happens. Okay, I have to kill him. The fight's gonna last a couple of seconds. He might decide to do throat stab first, so I don't know. But if he doesn't, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. You hear me? He's dead. Let me try scraping. That's a good trick. Not this time though. It's not a good trick this time. Can I flatten it and then redo it? That might work, but I don't know. That's gonna take more. It's gonna take a lot more time to try to rebuild it like that. I was just trying to keep what I already had and just trying to reshape it, but that might be the way I go with this. It'd be more fun if they didn't lock so much behind quests and NM hunts. I can't reach this NM. Are you in it right now? Are you trying to get through the door right now? Right now, right now? Because if so, I could probably help you get through it right after the stream, like real quick. I could just log in. I am, yeah, okay. Well, just sit tight. When I'm done with this, I'll help you with it. I'll do that real quick and then log back off. Oh, oh, oh. Maybe after work. Why would it take too much time? All I have to do is log in, teleport, and open the door. That's like 5 minutes tops. Not counting the time it's going to take me to log in. That's usually where all the time is going. That's usually where the longest part of it is actually logging in. It's a map door? Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I could try to help you after, maybe. Just get the coins. Wait, Sea Serpent Grotto, you said, right? What did you say? What are you doing? Or no, sorry, Den of Rancor. Why do I keep saying that? Den of Rancor. You're doing are you doing a Xylart mission? You done with Windurst? Or are you doing the Windurst one? Windy mission. Okay. Windurst mission. Awakening of the Gods. Oh yeah, you're all the way up in there, huh? Travel to the Temple of Ugalip. If you already have your okay, I know exactly what you're doing. Right. Travel the den up to the Den of Rancor using Unity Warp. Did you use the Unity Warp? I mean the guide's right here. Head downstairs, reach the T intersection, turn left, or that. Which guide are you using? That's the question. It's more than one guide. Okay, you're using the BG Wiki because that is the one that is telling you to go to map 3. Yoatar Jungle, Outpost Warp, Unity Warp, or Survival Guide. Run to the Bloodlit Spring Den of Rancor entrance. From this entrance of Den of Rancor, follow the right wall until you zone in the Temple of Ugalith. This will directly lead you on map 3. Go upstairs and follow the left wall. How are you messing that up? It's very straightforward. Map 3, and it zones you into Den of Rancor. Follow the right wall, J7 entrance. Okay, right there. J7, right? I'm looking at it, and map 3 is definitely not a dead end. You're talking about this map right here. Look, Hakutaku spawns right there. We were just talking about him. This is a raised area. You can see and you can see out over here. This is a big cliff. You can't really see that on the map because it's very simple. Where on this map are you spawning? This is it. This is the oops. Map 3 of the temple. Oh yeah, okay. I was wondering why this made no sense. Okay, hold on, wait. Wait a minute, wait. 7-2. From this. Okay, Denham Rancor entrance. J7. Water Jungle J7. Okay, hold on. Wait. I gotta look. J7. Okay. So you're coming in from here. J7. So right here. You're going in right there, right? J7 to Den of Rancor. So you come in right here, and you're following this wall right here to the temple. You can't go this way because this is a one-way ticket right here. This is if you're facing in this way, this is the right wall. And you're going into Temple of Ugalip 1, right? Let's see the first map. Temple of Ugalip 1. It says it right. It says it on the guide. That's Temple. That's the number 1, which would take you in right here. All right. And I'm pretty sure that this is where you have to go right here. So you just go down. Let me double check the guide real quick. Make sure I got that right. Let's see. Level 1, entrance 1. Don't fall down any holes while following the right wall. Once you own the temple, proceed north until. Oh, okay. Okay. Wait. Yeah, so that was actually the wrong way. So back to the same map. You have to go north. So if you're coming at 1, then you got to go up this way. Was it in one of these rooms? No, that can't be right. No, it's not right. Go north to where? Until there's an intersection. Turn left to the room. Oh yeah, that was one of the rooms. Right. That was right. So then you're coming in at 1. You go north. There is no left room though. What the fuck? If you're coming at 1, this is it. All the rooms on the right. One doesn't lead to the NM. And Temple Euclid, entrance 1. Proceed north until there's an intersection at J9. I'm sorry, I just wanted to see this. I just wanted to see this. I wanted to get some eyes on this real quick and just see what's going on here. So I didn't have a problem finding this when I did it. It's at J9. J9 is south. No, J9 is not even on the freaking map. What the hell? I'm trying to remember what I did. They said J9. They said proceed north until there's an intersection. I'm looking at map 1 right now. Huh. I can visualize the thing because I did this like twice already, so on different characters. Temple of Euclid, entrance 1. Yeah. And it's funny. The funny part is that it's I see. This is the map you have to be on right here. This is the intersection. You turn left. It's in one of these rooms. This is the one you have to be on. This is the entrance 1. That's where it's messing up. It's and then at Brandcourt entrance 1 is where you're supposed to go. Oh wait, that can't be right. I don't know. I don't know about this. I remember this though, but that's not what the guide is saying. But this is the map you have to be on. Bonds Marbury. If you click on Bonds Marbury, then yes, it says Bonds Marbury spawns on this map at J9. J9 is right here. So this is where you have to go. don't know. Den of Rancor 1. I'm trying to find Den of Rancor 1. Oh, there's so many. So many maps for this dang thing. Yeah, that's weird. I vaguely remember being turned around for a second, but I don't know. I think I may have just read it wrong. One led me to a hallway with no doors. Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue. But that's the map you should be on, the one that I just showed. Hmm. Anyway, I'll start the work. I thought this would be an easy zip in and out, but no, it should be. I just I can't remember exactly what I did because I think there was a slight directional snafu that I remember, but I don't remember what I did. It was just something. Um, what was that mission called again? Awakening of the Gods, right? Okay. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I wasn't like turned around for very long. It was just a simple thing. I just don't remember what it was. Everyone's Rancor. Yeah. uh, I think when I connected the maps, I clicked the wrong map because I clicked Ugalep 1 instead of Ugalep 3. You have to actually go to Ugalep 3. I think that's what the problem is. Um, okay, where we at here? 11. All right. Well, I'm going to try to fix this. It's just going to be me refining these for the rest of the time. The same way I did with the clothes and the body. Okay. But I'm going to try to finish this at some point today, and then we will move on to textures. Okay. It's the same process that we've done, just the details and then baking. Okay. I think I'm going to stop it here for now. So I think it's time to take a break. All right. So did they mislabel that guide? Yeah, I think yeah, the guide says to go to Temple of Ugalep 1, but it's actually the first entrance of the Den of Rancor and you're going to Temple of Ugalep 3. That's what the problem is. So, Den of Rancor, let me find the map that says Den Temple of Ugalep 3 on it. That's 4. That's 1. There's no 3. What the Sacrificial chamber. Yeah, there's 3. Okay, here we go. This is the map you gotta be on. Okay. You're coming in from the jungle, right? Let me see. B, or C. You're not supposed to fall, so it's B. Okay, yeah. I was looking at this map before, but this is only part of the thing. This is only part of the path here. I'm trying to find yeah, here we go. Follow the right wall. No, yeah, this is where I led you astray here, okay? Because this was the Yohator entrance, and they said to follow the right wall. So I was looking at the wrong map. This is actually map 7. This is a part of 11, by the way. You know, learning these maps. I haven't done this in a while, but I don't have a problem with traversing in this game. Where is the right entrance? And then you got all this stuff that people had to make this. People made this for a reason because the in-game maps are very confusing. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, this has nothing to do with art, but I'm doing it anyway, all right? No, you don't want to go to Temple of Ugolep 1. Either you do, actually, you go to this and then you go back into the Den of Rancor or something like that. It's something weird. Ugolep 1 to but this is where you have to go. You have to be on this map, actually. That much I do remember. Right wall. That's a one way, so you're not coming in from that way. So you're probably coming in from A. Oh, yeah, you are coming in from A. Look at this. Okay, all right. So if you follow the right wall, you see, I don't know why I didn't see that before, but if you follow the right wall, you go to A. A is right here. You're still following the right wall, and it takes you to the 3rd map. Yes, I just read it wrong. I'm sorry about that. That's the correct way to go. That is definitely 100% the correct way to go. I'm sorry, it's hard to interpret the game or the map without the game on. Okay, but that I had it right. For some reason, I passed the intersection and went to Temple of Ugolep 1 because you kept saying map 1, but it's actually map 3. All right, so I'm sorry about this. I'm about to end this, people. I'm sorry about this. But I had to solve this. All right. You see how it says K on the in-game map, but A on this one. Sorry, A on this one. This is the same exact map. That was where the issue was. Okay. Yes, they are marked wrong. So this is what you do. Once more, you're coming in from this entrance, right? You're following the wall. Wait, it said left wall, right? Or did it say right wall? Either way, that's the right way. Okay. You follow this wall to this one. Okay. Three should lead to the end. Did you go to 3 just now? Okay, we'll figure it out in game later, I guess. Anyway, sorry about that. Okay, I was just very curious about that. All right, we'll figure it out. I'll walk you through it. All right. I want to thank everybody who watched that and who suffered the talk of 11 Final Fantasy 11 maps. Okay, as one of the most confusing things about that game are the map systems. They did that intentionally. But anyway, that is it for the art. I'm going to finish the steps for the LBE and we're going to be working on textures next week. Okay. I'm going to try to do Franchise Friday playthrough of Shadow Hearts this Friday. I don't think I have anything going on. I'm not working that day. There is nothing that should be happening. Okay, so I should be able to do that stream. Okay, and maybe some Doom this weekend as well. All right. So thank you so much. Sorry for the tangent, and I will see